Someone said let's pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They don't be there on repeat, they like oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
Yes, my peoples, man. Big up yourself, man. Every time, you know, we're always here. We always show up when we need to. Obviously, I got a video here for Ben Jacobs. It's on the Football Terrace. This is not my video in any shape or form. It's from the Football Terrace. I'm gonna play it. It's come out today, and this is the update on what's going on with Embumo. Remember, he broke the Embumo news. Remember that. Ben Jacobs broke the Embumo news. No one else. So when he talks, we gotta listen. So I'm gonna play the video. And then, just get into it, basically. And then after, we talk about it straight away. Don't watch nothing. I got you lot. Let's get into it.
Down quite big money from Juve, we're led to believe. If you could break those down for us, that would be amazing, please, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, Manchester United are definitely looking to get these exits done sooner rather than later. And as we've said before, there may be some element of intertwinement between Rashford, Garnacho, Antony, and Sancho. And naturally, you have Sancho, who would like to find permanent solution and feels like the £25 million fee, which was the same as Chelsea's obligation, is pretty much below his market value. And therefore, there will be interesting suitors, but he's got to drop his wage demands. And at the moment, there's no agreement between Sancho and Juventus on terms. It was the same with Sancho and Napoli. And Fenerbahce never really moved. They tried and inquired, but the suggestion they made an offer is wide of the mark, according to my understanding. So Sancho has to drop his demands if Juve or any other club is to come off. And at the moment, we're waiting to see whether that's the case. If he does, then the move will happen sooner rather than later. And Sancho is open to Juventus. That's my understanding. Antony's waiting for Real Betis. It's his desired destination. And I think the Antony side feel if Manchester United get another outgoing or possibly two, that Manchester United might be more open to doing another loan there, very possibly with an option to buy. Marcus Rashford and Barcelona situation remains. Manchester United want 40 million. And it's true that Barcelona have Rashford quite high in their thinking. It'll be interesting to see if Bayern enter the race as well. So both of these clubs wanted Nico Williams, but as I revealed, extended at Athletic Bilbao. Both of these clubs want Luis Diaz, but Liverpool quite bullish with each of them saying not for sale. And my understanding is that there hasn't even been a formal bid from Bayern because Liverpool are not allowing a formal bid or any kind of engagement. So if Bayern are sending things, then effectively it's straight in the trash bin from Liverpool at the moment, and only something astronomical is going to change that. So that leads both of the clubs to think, can Marcus Rashford be a solution? The good news for Barcelona is that Rashford is not like Nico Williams in wanting written or binding guarantees of registration. So there's kind of two aspects to this. The first is, can Barcelona afford Marcus Rashford in club to club with Manchester United? And given they were very public in saying we can trigger the Nico Williams release clause at 58 million euros, Manchester United, should they receive an approach, and they haven't yet in a formal sense, are, to my knowledge, going to be pointing to Nico Williams, even though it didn't come off, and saying you're ready to trigger the 58 million euros, so you've got to pay the 40 million pounds. Second part is within their squad space wage-wise, can they register Marcus Rashford? And that's the other complication. And Rashford, I'm told, is prepared to just wait, unlike Nico Williams, and have faith in Barcelona to get the registration part over the line, which requires clearing squad wage space. Then you've got to agree a deal with Manchester United. And I'm still told that they don't want to do a loan this early in the window. They're going to stick to their £40 million asking price. Maybe there's a halfway house of a loan with an obligation to buy to give Barcelona a better structure. But it's all really on whether Barcelona can make this deal financially work, because Marcus Rashford is prepared to wait for Barcelona. His number one choice is Barcelona, but it's not at the moment anyway, this early in the window, going to be a loan. And then with Garnacho, it's a case of no real concrete clubs are coming out the woodwork yet in any kind of club-to-club sense, which is a bit of a surprise. Manchester United's asking price remains around £60 million. Nothing is advancing yet, despite interest between Napoli and Garnacho. There's been some interest from Turkey and Saudi Arabia. Player prefers to stay in the Premier League. Now we're in the new financial year. Villa may be a club to watch as well, but that's the one Manchester United really want to get done sooner rather than later, because they know that £60 million or even £50 million, if the price does drop a little bit, is pure profit on the books, and that could allow Manchester United to really get moving in the market. Yeah, and that's just because it's so early in the window, and every club is doing that. Brentford are being quite tough in negotiations for Brian Mbeumo, but I understand why Manchester United fans in particular will be seeing how fast Tottenham have moved to bring in 2 important signings, Liverpool's business so far and so on, and feel like actually there's this period of limbo at the moment, because Manchester United, even in a new financial year, are waiting for exits and to get some certain wages off their books as well. And there's an element of truth in that, but I think the pursuit for the number 9, possibly a left back and a goalkeeper, were always going to come later, and the same can be said for a midfielder coming into Manchester United as well. And if you knock 10 million off Rashford, you show an urgency to sell. And that might mean that bettors say, knock 10 million off Antony and so on. And before you know it, you're very weakened in the market. So this is really about Jason Wilcox and Christopher Vivell in this new look strategy, being as disciplined as possible with both incomings and outgoings, so they get value for money. Otherwise, they'll get taxed when they want to bring in the Mbumos or Cunhas of this world, and they'll get fleeced when they want to sell the likes of Rashford or Antony, to the point where if you add up everything collectively at the end of the window, it won't reflect very positively on the books for Manchester United. They want to try and recoup as much of the Antony money as they can. Sancho's the most interesting one, because Manchester United really want that wage off the books, and it's not actually a high transfer fee. So I still think we'll get a breakthrough there soon. Garnacho will be a talent for somebody, and is young profile-wise with a high ceiling. There's a lot of clubs looking for someone on that left side. So I can understand why Manchester United believe, as the window develops, and with many of the European windows only a few days open, more interest may come for Garnacho. But if he's holding out for a move to the Premier League, that price may still have to drop, because a Villa, for example, are going to be quite tight within their financial spend, even in this new year, because they don't have Champions League football. They don't want to be in a repeat position in 12 months' time, because there's not another women's team to sell to your parent company. So it'll be interesting to see how that one develops. I think most believe the Garnacho price may drop slightly from 60 million. But either way, Manchester United want to bring in 1, if not 2, important fees sooner rather than later, so they can really get moving and start to turn their attention to a new number 9. Well, I mean, there's always sticking points until there's a 100% deal, but sticking points don't mean behind the scenes things are not moving. And as you say, it's largely about, can Manchester United find a way to get between Cunha, 62.5 million, and 65 million in a way that pleases Brentford, and can they do it quick enough to the point where nobody comes in for Yohan Wissa, which is the new complication. We know Nottingham Forest are looking at Wissa, Newcastle hold an interest as well. Tottenham have obviously now added Morgan Gibbs-White, so I think it unlikely that Wissa's another through the door. You can never say never because of the Thomas Frank connection, but naturally someone would probably have to leave Tottenham in order for them to now enter the race. And I think Brentford, with a new manager in Keith Andrews, who's never been a senior manager before, won't want to still lose Mbeumo and Wissa in the same window. So whether or not Wissa develops and whether or not Mbeumo gets over the line, those two tales could be somewhat intertwined. But Manchester United's position is the same. They don't want to be bidding every single day and getting to bid 4, bid 5, bid 6, and suddenly finding themselves 10, 15 million over what they originally bid or what they originally wanted to pay. And then the second thing is still Mbeumo is waiting for Manchester United. He only wants Manchester United. So there's not a rival there that makes Manchester United panic. The rival, like I say, may be others pushing fast for Wissa in the coming days that may force Manchester United's hand a little bit to get this one done with urgency. And if you have a scenario where, regardless of the final amount, because Manchester United fans always ask me, why don't we just pay the extra 5 million? Or if other deals are what Brentford wants or in that ballpark, why are we not matching it? Because the market shows there's plenty of players at the moment that are going for 6 with both incomings and outgoings, so they get value for money. Otherwise, they'll get taxed when they want to bring in the Mbumos or Cunhas of this world, and they'll get fleeced when they want to sell the likes of Rashford or Antony, to the point where if you add up everything collectively at the end of the window, it won't reflect very positively on the books for Manchester United. They want to try and recoup as much of the Antony money as they can. Sancho's the most interesting one because Manchester United really want that wage off the books, and it's not actually a high transfer fee. So I still think we'll get a breakthrough there soon. Garnacho will be a talent for somebody and is young profile-wise with a high ceiling. There's a lot of clubs looking for someone on that left side. So I can understand why Manchester United believe as the window develops, and with many of the European windows only a few days open, more interest may come for Garnacho. But if he's holding out for a move to the Premier League, that price may still have to drop because a Villa, for example, are going to be quite tight within their financial spend, even into this new year, because they don't have Champions League football. They don't want to be in a repeat position in 12 months' time because there's not another women's team to sell to your parent company. So it'll be interesting to see how that one develops. I think most believe the Garnacho price may drop slightly from 60 million. But either way, Manchester United want to bring in one, if not two, important fees sooner rather than later, so they can really get moving and start to turn their attention to a new number 9. Well, I mean, there's always sticking points until there's a 100% deal, but sticking points don't mean behind the scenes things are not moving. And as you say, it's largely about, can Manchester United find a way to get between Cunha, 62.5 million, and 65 million in a way that pleases Brentford? And can they do it quick enough to the point where nobody comes in for Yohan Wissa, which is the new complication? We know Nottingham Forest are looking at Wissa, Newcastle hold an interest as well. Tottenham have obviously now added Morgan Gibbs-White, so I think it unlikely that Wissa's another through the door. You can never say never because of the Thomas Frank connection, but naturally someone would probably have to leave Tottenham in order for them to now enter the race. And I think Brentford, with a new manager in Keith Andrews, who's never been a senior manager before, won't want to still lose Mbeumo and Wissa in the same window. So whether or not Wissa develops and whether or not Mbeumo gets over the line, those two tales could be somewhat intertwined. But Manchester United's position is the same. They don't want to be bidding every single day and getting to bid 4, bid 5, bid 6, and suddenly finding themselves 10, 15 million over what they originally bid or what they originally wanted to pay. And then the second thing is still Mbeumo is waiting for Manchester United. He only wants Manchester United. So there's not a rival there that makes Manchester United panic. The rival, like I say, may be others pushing fast for Wissa in the coming days that may force Manchester United's hand a little bit to get this one done with urgency. And if you have a scenario where, regardless of the final amount, because Manchester United fans always ask me, why don't we just pay the extra 5 million? Or if other deals are what Brentford wants or in that ballpark, why are we not matching it? Because the market shows there's plenty of players at the moment that are going for 60, 65 million. If Noni Madueke is 52 million, Anthony Elanga is 55 million, Morgan Gibbs-White is 60 million, why wouldn't Embumo, in amazing form last season, be above all of those fees? So I get that a lot. But there's also this factor here of, if Manchester United's first bid was 45 plus 10, if their last bid, let's just call Brentford's asking price 70, even though I think that's grandstanding, if their last bid is 65 plus 5, then they've gone up from 45 fixed to 65 fixed in that scenario in the space of 4 weeks. And that shows the market, even if people think the first bid was low and the last bid is value for money. And again, this is just an example, not saying that that is the case. But if you jump up that high in a month, then you send a message to the whole market throughout the window and future windows that you're the club that will always go up 20 million, regardless of if your first offer was a low ball and the last offer is actually perfectly fine and accepted by most to be valid. So this is where the discipline negotiation has to come in, because if they're still that club that first offer and third offer are miles apart, then every single club they deal with in future is just going to be like, we'll follow what Brentford did and we'll get 20 million more than whatever the first bid is. And this is why Jason Wilcox is taking his time to make sure that if Manchester United do get Mbeumo over the line and there remains optimism, they will do so by being disciplined.
You hear that, my peoples, man? We're going to get my man over the line, man. We're going to be disciplined, man. Love to everyone's inside. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe, man. You know, we do this for you like every single day. Yeah, this is not no one-off. Every day we're here with all the Man United news. So make sure you hit the like button and make sure you subscribe, okay? But listen to what I'm saying to you. You heard what Ben Jacobs said. We're going to go into this thing and we're going to be disciplined. That's the only thing that's going on. It's a battle of egos. Yeah, and whoever hasn't seen that video, it's new. It just came out on the terrace. So make sure you check out the terrace and go and watch that video there if you want to watch the full video about Ben Jacobs. I only gave you a little clip, and then now I'm going to get into it. All right? So this is the latest that's come out. After the Ben Jacobs stuff that you lot have heard, there's no point me getting too into it. I'll just say the basics. He's basically said, look, yo, it's a battle of egos. Rashford, we want 40 million. They want a loan. I just see an article come out just now talking about a loan as well. Sancho, he's things his wages. Everyone knows. Sancho, the only thing that's keeping him not getting a club, not getting his freedom that he wants is a loan move. It's his wages. So Sancho agrees to drop his wages. Sancho will have a club. He'll have the freedom that he asks for, and that will be perfect for him. So this is the situation with Sancho. Rashford, 40 million or Barcelona don't really trust him. I'll be real with you lot. They don't really trust him. They're saying we want him for a loan for 1 month, just one season, and then they'll probably go and get their winger. We don't want that. We're staying stern right now. But this is what's just come out about Embumo, the latest. Remember, Ben Jacobs just said, we went in with a first bid. We can't jump too high. If we started with 45 or 50, whatever it was, 55, we can't end up going too mad. We're at 70 now, because everyone in the market would know if Man United come in with a 55 million bid, by the time they end, they're going to end at 70. We can get them up all the way. So we're trying to be careful the way we come now. We're not the Glazers. We're a different infrastructure. That's what Ineos is trying to do. That's the situation with that. For those that missed what Ben Jacobs said, this is the latest that's come out about Mbeumo today. There's a bit more news, of course, but this is what's come out recently, and it's an improved offer. Mbeumo is expected soon, with one source suggesting it could arrive this week. Brentford are believed to be holding out for 65 million. Remember, we had a source that came out yesterday, McGrath, saying that he should be coming for pre-season next week. We're expecting him next week to be coming for pre-season. That's what McGrath said. The same geezer that broke the Onana news, that's what he said. So I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. And then we got the standard.co.uk. They've come out and basically said the same thing. And Mbeumo is expected to finally complete his move to Man United in the coming days. The Telegraph report that a breakthrough in negotiation with Brentford is expected, which would see Mbeumo join the squad before the pre-season tour on United States. Remember, guys, we leave for the pre-season tour on the 22nd of July. So 9 days from now, we leave for the pre-season tour to go to America. Then our first game is on the 27th. So we need Embumo in 9 days. That's why everyone keeps saying it has to be next week. Next week's if he doesn't come next week, then there's no rush for Embumo to come. Literally, there's no reason for us getting him. So we have to get him next week. So he comes on tour, beds in properly, and he's ready for the Prem on the 17th of August. If he doesn't come in next week, we're all in trouble, mate. We don't know what's coming. I'll tell you that for free. And then we got, this is basically the same article just saying, yeah, Sky Sports, the Marsh, he's just talking about the 65 million. They want 65 million. We know that already. It's really nothing new when you think about it. I'm gonna spin, and then I'm gonna come back to the comments and I'm gonna come back round. So whoever misses it, don't worry, I got you. Rashford. We got Mundo Deportivo, who's reliable for Barcelona news and Real Madrid news. And he's saying Marcus Rashford has rejected an offer from Saudi Arabia with a huge salary. He wants to join Barca. Remember, we heard he rejected a Saudi offer, last year or whatever it was. So he's been rejecting Saudi. So it's come out today now, he's rejected them again. But we know Marcus Rashford only wants Barca. He's fully twerking for them. He's doing podcasts. Says, I want to play with the best, Lamine Yamal, blah, blah, blah. He wants to go Barcelona. So this is the actual report. You know me, I always get into the reports. I don't just look at it off Twitter and then come here. I like to show the reports, and it says, Monetivo, Marcus Rashford has turned down a huge offer from Saudi Arabia because his priority is to play for Barcelona. The English forward is fully focused on securing a move to the Camp Nou this summer and is willing to wait for the Catalan club to finalise their plans. Sky Sports has said more or less the same thing. Man United are expecting an approach from Barcelona for Marcus Rashford. Barcelona are working hard behind the scenes on a deal for the forward. The La Liga club have exploited explored the conditions of a deal, but have yet to make an offer. Basically, it's coming out every minute. They just want a loan. And Ben Jacob just saw, you lot just heard it. He said, we're staying stern. If Brentford can stay stern with their valuation, why is it a problem that Man United staying stern? We've said Rashford's £40 million. He's taken a wage cut as well to go there. And remember, Barcelona, you've already showed us your hand because you went for Nico Williams and he's on a release clause. So what's going on here? Nico Williams cost £50 million, 58 million euros. So you've already got the money. Stop coming here playing stupid. You're coming here for long. So it's kind of evident that they don't really trust Rashford, but they still want him as a backup. They want to take him on a loan 1 year, boom, boom, boom. But cool. We're not letting no loans happen at the moment. We went on 40 million and that's it. We're being stern. So we turned down a big money offer. This is what is being said. He really wants to join Barca. He's following them on Instagram. He's going bananas. Every day there's something new about this geezer with Barcelona. He wants to be there. I wouldn't be surprised if we turn around in a few days and Rashford's on pre-season watching him or something, because he's really, like, he loves them. Do you understand? And obviously I hope he gets to move anyway, because the wages that comes off is crazy. He's on like 325, 300. I know it drops when we lose out on Champions League, but he's on a mad thing. But this is the last thing before that. Look at this, the dates at the bottom, the 12th. This is yesterday's news. Rashford's potential move to Barcelona is progressing. So everything that's been coming out recently has been positive. Remember, they wanted Luis Diaz. They only wanted Luis Diaz at one stage. Now it's being said, Luis Diaz is not financially feasible. So it's looking like it's only going to go for Rashi. But why do they keep coming for loan? And even so, they were talking about Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz cost 75 million. Luis Diaz cost 75 million. Rashi cost 40. Luis Diaz ain't for sale. They've approached Liverpool twice. They said he's not for sale. Rashi's for sale. Luis Diaz is going to want a bumper deal. Wages. Rashi's taking a pay cut. If you want Rashi, the deal was there to be done. They don't really want it. Remember, Rashi's their third choice. It was Nico Williams first, Luis Diaz, and then now it's Rashford. But cool. Obviously, it said that they're stepping up and he's willing to accept a 40% pay cut. That's how much he wants to pay for Barca. So I really hope he does get the Barca move. All the reports are coming out, are helping him, are saying, yeah, it's progressing. They want him, etc. He's putting pressure. Look at the middle one. He's putting pressure on it, making his move. He really wants to go Barca. Like I said, he's an academy product as well. So you got to remember this. If we sell him for 40 million, we can spend up to 120 million. You can spend up to 3 times the amount for academy product. So him or Garnacho goes, we'll be going crazy. Obviously, it's been reported we got no money right now, blah, blah, blah. But if someone like Rashford or Garnacho goes, I guarantee you there's no excuse now. We have to go crazy out here and start buying players. And everything's done in installments anyway. So if we get 120 mil, we can buy everyone and only spend like 50 million this year, because you'll be buying the player, you pay for him 3 times or etc. in installments. So this year you only pay 15 million. Next year it's like that basically. And this is the last article about Rashford. Like I said, he's in love with Barcelona. You see what Cunha done when he came to Old Trafford? He started putting grass on his socks. I wouldn't be surprised if Rashford does that. He's following them on Instagram. This is their goals on the Barcelona website, Barcelona Instagram, sorry. They scored 10 amazing goals we scored in last season, and he's liking that. This geezer's looking at their goals from last season. Rashford wants the deal. Obviously, Deco's the only hurdle it was said, because he's not really feeding them like that. Do you get it? But it looks like they're just looking at it. Luis Diaz is not for sale. It's not going to happen. Let's just go out there and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just go out there and get him for 1 year. And then after that 1 year, if he does well, maybe we keep him. But if not, we'll go and get who we really want. So I think they're just running for the 1 year. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Let me get into the next one. Like I said, I'm going to spin round. If you missed anything, just hold on. I got you. Don't worry. Richard Rios now. We're linked with this geezer. We've been linked with him a little bit. Not really, though. Everyone comes here every day and says, Richard Rios. And I tell you that all the time, we're not fully linked with him. But let me show you about him. For those that think I'm doing clickbait or something, I don't know. Man United have made a move for Richard Rios in the last few hours. Roma recently offered 22 million, but Palmeiras want 26 million. That's from Gazzetta, okay? So this is what Fabrizio's put up. He's put up that Richard Rios prepared to give up his 10% as a part of a deal for Palmeiras in order to join Roma. No agreement club to club yet, as Palmeiras want 30 million guaranteed as starting point. But Roma remain in active talk. So he's willing to give up some of his percentage and all of that just to join Roma. So I don't know. But what's this now? This is the article. You know me, I tell you lot. I don't just look at things of face value and say, yeah, it's true. I get into the article and then I'll bring it all here. This is what it says in actual Gazzetta. So what the actual article that said that Man United are willing to hijack whatever we're trying to do, I'm going to show it to you lot now, and then you lot make up your mind if it's true or not. And then it says basically, look, according to Gazzetta, Roma are keen to sign Richard Rios from Palmeiras, but they face strong competition from United. The 25-year-old Colombian is considered one of the most exciting talents in South America. Most recently, he earned plaudits for his performance in the Club World Cup, registering 2 assists. Rios plays the defensive midfielder. Apart from his defensive contributions, he's technically proficient. I went mad with that one. Colombian likes to make a difference at the opposite end of the pitch with his dribbling and passing. The Italian newspaper claimed Roma sporting director Federico Massara recently held talks with Palmeiras offering 25 million euros. However, the Brazilian outfit are not willing to part ways with their flamboyant midfielder for less than 30 million euros. 30 million euros to us is minor. We'll pay that one time. But cool. Palmeiras' tough stance is believed to be partly influenced by United's approach. It is reported the Premier League giants have swooped in on the player in the last few hours. Man United want to replace Casemiro with Rios. It is added that United are looking to sign Rios due to Casemiro's inconsistent performances. The 33-year-old had a mixed 2024-25 campaign and is unlikely to play an important role under Amorim moving forward because of the sharp physical decline. Let me tell you something about this year. Casemiro's staying. That's what he came out and said. That's what Mullock, the reporter, said. He's kind of reliable. He said he's staying. He feels that this is the best place for him to be while he waits for the World Cup next year. Because remember, he's got 1 year left on his contract, Casemiro. So if Casemiro stays 1 more year, then he's going to leave on a free. He probably go Saudi, whatever. But so I don't know about that bit, but this is what's being said. Like I said to you lot, you know me already. For those that are on here, you know me. I get the articles and I bring it all here and then we talk and then what do you think? I don't know about this. I don't know Gazzetta like that. I know it's an Italian, it's an Italian thing, isn't it? It's like a big thing for Italy. Like it tells about all the clubs, etc. I don't really know if it's true or not. Like I said, Fabrizio, who a lot of people rely on here. Remember, I always say there's loads of journalists you've got to rely on. There's little ones as well that get things right. And then Fabrizio will make the call last minute and just tap in. That's what happens a lot. But Rios, we've been linked with him, but not that much. It's more been the fans. It's more been us. Let's go and get Rios. But it's not really like a reliable, the athletics, David Ornsteins, Fabrizios are coming out here and saying we're linked to Rios. It's just literally fans want it to happen, 1, 2 little journalists. But this is the latest that's come out about it. So I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know Gazzetta like that. I can't vouch for them. But that's the article there. It's saying that they can't pay that money, Roma. You get it? They've offered 25 million euros. They want 30 million euros. So we'll see how it progresses through the day. But Fabrizio hasn't come out and said anything. He's just spoke about literally, what's his name? Expect to complete before they fly. Okay, yeah. He just spoke about Roma. So that's not good for us, is it? You know what I'm saying? If there was something in there, Fabrizio might have said something about us, but I don't know. But I'm going to show you the latest links about Rios. Yeah, because this is just what's come out today, right? This is only today. So the last things I've heard about Rios, I'm going to show you about it, all the links that we saw about it. It's not really United, though, to be honest with you, but this is today. So anything can change. Remember that, and remember, he was being said that if we can't go out there and get a midfielder, because the midfielders are all going to be like 60 million, Edison, etc., then we will go out there and get someone like Rios. It's only 20 million, 25 million. They want 25 million, Palmeiras. Roma, them Italian teams ain't really always got money like that. So they're saying Roma's offered 22 million, but they want 26 million. So that's nothing to us. Come on, man. We paid that for Dorgu, basically. But this is the last thing I saw about Rios, is that, look, Man United are eyeing Richard Rios and are considering a move for him. Man United scouts have been sent to watch him in action at the Club World Cup. Palmeiras is reportedly willing to let him go for 20 million. That's caught offside. So caught offside and Gazzetta are 2 different sources. This is ages ago. So there's 2 different sources linking us to him. I don't know, innit? Like I said, they're not the most reliable. They're not 2 sources I'm coming out here and saying, it's done, we're in for him. I don't know these guys like that. Caught offside's hit and miss. They might say something that's correct one day, the next day they go out there and say something else. But look, Fabrizio came out and said Inter Milan are among several European clubs asking for information on Richard Rios as new midfielder, Palmeiras player among options being considered by the club. So he said Inter Milan. And when you look at the Inter Milan fan page, Inter Extra, it gives all the news about Inter Milan. From D Sports, it said Inter has made an initial approach to Palmeiras over the signing of midfielder Richard Rios. The Brazilian side would begin talks at 25 million euros with Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, and Everton interested. Nothing about Man United. So this is a few weeks ago, this one here, this article. So nothing about Man United apart from Court Offside, which is not the most reliable source. And then obviously we got this today. So I don't know, me. I'll say take it with a pinch of salt for now. Let's see some more things come out, and then we'll know. Do you understand if it's solidified or not? Or let it hit the English media, the Athletic, or one of them journalists come out, then we know, yeah, this is certain. But for now, this is all we're linked with. This is it. But Fabrizio, it wasn't like Fabrizio, by the way, for those that don't know, it's not like Fabrizio said that after. It wasn't, because the articles are in this position. Don't think that got said first and then Fabrizio said that after. No, Fabrizio said that first about Richard Rios, Roma, and then this came out today. So Fabrizio's one was last night. Last night he said this about Richard Rios. So don't look at the articles in the direction that they're in order and think, oh, Fabrizio shut it down. No, Fabrizio said this last night, the middle article, and then today at 1:31, the date and the time is at the bottom. That's what happened with Richard Rios. And then I went into the actual article, and that's what it says about him. It basically says that we want to replace Casemiro, so we want Richard Rios, 25 million euros. So it looks like a bundle, it looks like a deal, man. So we'll see what happens. Let me get a few of these messages and then I'll get into the next one. There's loads to talk about, you know. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Trust me. Good morning. What country you in? Because it's not morning over here. Guys, Ben, please tell me we have Embumo this evening and Rios. Mate, this is the Rios one, yeah? I don't know how certain it is, like I said. Take it with a pinch of salt for now. Let's wait for some other journalists that I can come here and tell you that he's solidified, he's certain. And then we'll go get excited. Because he is a baller, but it's looking like from Fabrizio, who a lot of people rely on, it's only saying Roma. And the last report, look, when Fabrizio did talk about him, he said Inter. So it looks like only the Italian teams are in for it with Fabrizio anyway. So that's the situation with that. Thames Gens FIFA'd off. No one has a clue what's going on, not even him. It's crazy. Big up yourself, Blue Man. Do you know, bring Rios and Mbeumo immediately. I'll take both of them now. Don't see why Rios would necessarily, he's a number 8, and we all know Bruno's going to play every game in that double pivot, but we need depth. This is what I'm saying, Max. You see, when Man City go and sign Cherky, and they got this player already, and they got Nico Gonzalez, they've signed Reinders, and now my man's leaving. No one says anything. When these other teams are getting depth, they're getting all of these players in, no one says anything. But when Man United do it, everyone's like, where's he going to play, though? We need depth, bro. Trust me. We need depth, Max. Big up, Metch. Big up yourself, RV. Love how Metch always plays the video before he starts talking about it. Shows authenticity. Doesn't ever exaggerate like the other creators. Come on, man. You don't know me, man. I come here, I show you what my man said. So I showed you, for those that just come in, Ben Jacobs done a little video on the terrace. So yeah, so go to the terrace if you want to watch the full video, and he spoke about Man United, the players, etc. And then I get into it. I'm never going to come in and say I got sources or gas you lot up. Never. Do you understand? So yeah, big up yourself, mister, man. Appreciate you, man. I would love Richard Rios at United, great physically. However, it's all paper talks. Make Roma pay up. United just isn't that club, innit? Ratcliffe probably don't even know who Rios is. But you know what it is, though? Yeah, like I said, it hasn't been said by official journalists. But then again, look, we are making a few smart ones. If you think about it, it's either the young gems we're going for or players in their prime now. He's 25, mate. He's not like do you get it? He's not like a 19-year-old that's come out the scene. He's 25. So he's kind of in his prime now. And that's what we're doing. And Mbeumo, Cunha are in their prime now. And then we're going for young gems that are under 18. So we're trying to build up a mad academy and go for prime now. Nothing in between, it seems like. Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes, man. What's going on, man? Come on, man. You know, we do this for you like every day, you know. For people that are new, this is every day, all the Man United news, 2-3 times a day. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. This is nothing. This is just the beginning. It's only going to get bigger. Trust me. Love for that though, Harvey. Appreciate you. Met you, my best creator, bro. Hope you become the biggest and it pays for you, bro. Come on, man. Hope I become the biggest, man. Nothing pays, bro. It's not about the pay, bro. I do this out of love. We love United. You know the thing. Come on, bro. Why don't we go for Morton? Sporting, he's scored 6 and he played on the Amorim. But this is what we're not trying to do. See what Ten Hag done for us, mate. He bought all of his players and then dumped us and left. So I don't think they're going for just Amorim players. They're going for what fits as a profile. So if they look at it, we want a 6. All right, we're going to go. What 6 do you want? We want someone that's intensity, that can run, that can do it. All right, then we're going to look at a list of everyone that fits that bill, and then we're going to pick one. It's not necessarily going to be now go for a player that you played with. You know what I'm saying? But he is a good player, though. I think Juventus is in for him. I'll take a few more of these, and I'm going to get into the next one. Latest news about Rios, please. Yeah, this is it now. I've just showed you. This is it. Sorry, this one. Bam. Rios is in. Yeah, I hope so myself, man. We'll see later. Like I said, if more things come out about this, you know me, I'll be back on. I'll let you lot know what's going on. Nah, man, Bobby, don't be negative, man. Don't be negative, Bobby, man. I believe in it. Metric community. Big up the whole metric community, man. My peoples. And you lot are seeing how my peoples deal with me. My peoples. Yeah? Cunha, Mbeumo, Wharton, Victor. Who is Victor? Oh, the goalkeeper. Hackney, Watkins. It is a dream, though. It is a dream. One move that United do expect to complete before they fly to America is the purchase of Brian Mbeumo. One that is not dependent on outgoings. That's another source now saying it. Pete Hall, 86. And he's reliable as well. So this is what I'm saying. Man United love for that, man. You always pop in with the bombers, man. Always. Good news. Big up yourself, man. Hola. Is Richard Rios' story true? I don't know, man. This is it right here in front of you. With apparently trying to hijack it, basically. Roma's put in a bid for 22 million. Fabrizio's basically confirmed that Roma is interested. So Fabrizio confirmed this last night that Roma is interested. And then now, today, at 1:31, Roma's apparently put in a bid for 22 million, but they want 26 million. So they want 4 million more. And then this article is basically saying that we're trying to hijack it and we're going to go there and pay the money. I don't know how true it is. I can't vouch for these people. They're not journalists that I know. Gazzetta, that's an Italian source. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Take it with a pinch of salt and we'll see later. If more things come out about this, I'm going to be the first one to come on it. You know me. I'll let you lot know. Now Palmer's playing games like Brentford and all the other clubs when Man United come knocking. You know what I think? Any club that we come for, they start rubbing their hands. They add an extra 10 million. Like and subscribe, my peoples, man. We do this every day for you lot. Man United, love for that, man. Appreciate you. Sam. That was hours before Rio's news came out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who are you talking about? You're talking about Fabrizio. Is that what you're talking about? He's like an 8, like Kobe, no playmaking. All right, cool. Let me get into the next one anyway, and then we'll spin back round. Don't worry. Anyone that's missed anything, I got you. We'll spin back round at the end. But let me get into the next news. This is more news now that's come out today. We've got Bayer Leverkusen are in talks with Manchester United to sign Antony. You lot remember something, you know? Ten Hag is the coach of Bayer Leverkusen. So he's finally coming back for his guys now. Besides Leverkusen, Real Betis won him back after a successful loan. 2 other major clubs, one in Italy and another in Germany, are also interested in signing Antony. Listen, Antony's already came out and said, I only want to Real Betis right now. The one team in Italy that came out was Como. Como is Cesc Fabregas's team. They've got loads of money right now, apparently. They've got some cash injection. They're going to go crazy soon. They're buying little gems. They're trying to do a thing. They've come for Antony. Antony said, I'm waiting on Real Betis. So he's waiting. Now it's coming out that Bayer Leverkusen are back in for him. Remember, Ten Hag's there. Ten Hag loves the skeezer, mate. He went to fucking Ajax and got Antony instead of Kudus. So you know he loves the skeezer. So hopefully, bro, it's getting to a stage where they just need to go anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Because before, he was the closest one to leave. It was always like, they just need to sell 2 players. They're going to have the money to afford him. They sold Johnny Cardoza. They sold the next geezer called Jesus Rodriguez, I think his name was. They got the money to buy him, and they're still coming back talking about loans. And this is the situation. And that's what Man United are having to deal with right now, is we keep having to deal with loans. All these teams are taking a piss. We've gave you him as a loan. He's gone over there. He's done what he needs to do. He's lit it up. Just pay the money now. Now they're still trying to get loans again. They're trying to wait to the end of the window for what? When they get to the end of the window, we know we're not going to play him. He's not going to go back to the first team. Then they're going to come for a loan, and they know we're going to split the bill with them because we're not going to want to pay the whole money. That's the situation. So Antony, hopefully, he just listens to Ten Hag, goes to his dad, and just calls it a day. Or Real Betis actually come with the cash and just offer it. We get him off the books. So that's the situation with Antony. Bayern's agents have have been at Carrington this week to discuss his client's Man United future. Let me tell you something about Bayern. This geezer is off. Yeah, this geezer's going. I'm telling you this now. We've been linked with a second keeper for ages. Like, he's off. I'm telling you this now. Like, before even Onana's got injured, we've been linked with John Victor. John Victor is the same price as Bayern, 5.8 million. Bayern came for about 3-4 million. John Victor, look at the dates at the bottom. This is how long we've been linked with him. 29th of June. We've been linked with John Victor. These are all Brazilian journalists. From the 29th of June to the first document says 5th of July. We've been linked with John Victor by different journalists, all in Brazil. And then obviously we got linked with him recently now with everyone. Laurie Whitwell, Ben Jacobs spoke about, everyone is talking about John Victor now. So he was meant to be the backup number 2 and then hopefully eventually take over as the number 1 with Onana going. But now that Onana is injured, it's going to push him to the squad quicker. Hopefully it's him anyway, because he's only 5.8 million, etc. But this is why I think Bayern was going anyway, because we've been linked with this geezer too hard. We can't be linked with someone like this. And then Laurie Whitwell come out, confirm it, Athletic, all these people are confirming it now that we're actually linked with him. So if we were linked with him that heavy, why was we linked with him? We was obviously linked with him because we were ready trying to get rid of Bayern. He's so terrible. Like I say to you lot, he's had one good game that I was at. The Europe, what is it? What is it? FA Cup, FA Cup when we played Arsenal. That's the only game this geezer has played that he was good. Apart from that game, he is terrible, mate. He needs to go. Even that goal there, Morgan Rogers scored, that was a goal, mate. Let's be real now, yeah? That was a goal. But yeah, this is the last article that came out. This was literally yesterday about the replacements and that when Onana got injured, apparently we're linked with Donnarumma. That's not true. Larmans, we linked with him a little bit, but I think he's going to be a bit of money. He's more of an Onana replacement. Vitek, he's one of the young boys. He came back from a loan. He's kind of rated. It says he's highly rated, but I don't know if he's highly regarded, because why would we have gave Tom Heaton the third choice goalkeeper then? If Bayern and Onana is here, we would have just said Tom Heaton cut, use Vitek then as the third, but I don't know. And then obviously, like I just showed you lot, we've got 6 different journalists in Brazil speaking about John Victor. And then now we've got, look, another journalist that came out yesterday and said Botafogo are preparing for the possible departure of John Victor, who has proposal for Manchester United. United are willing to pay his 5.9 release clause. Bayern cost us 3-4 million. Get rid of Bayern for 3 million, add on 2 million. Remember, we're paying for him with the money we got back from Chelsea for Sancho. They paid us 5 million. So all you got to do is add a 900k and you've got him for free, basically. And then we look at this last article from MJ Critchley, very reliable, from Man United News. Onana was set to remain Man United's first choice goalkeeper for the upcoming season following a meeting last month between his agents and the club. His injury represents a blow to the team. Listen to this. This is where it gets exciting now. Bayern is the second choice goalkeeper, but he did not impress during the matches that he played last season. And therefore, club officials have continued to monitor the goalkeeper market. John Victor is among the list of potential targets. This geezer is with Laurie Whitwell, the Athletic, reliable John Victor. Yesterday, same thing. John Victor, we're going to pay his release clause. I just showed you the article of John Victor going crazy, all the Brazilian ones. So we was already going to get rid of Bayern. So that's what I'm saying. So hopefully, this Onana getting injured hasn't changed their mind. Onana getting injured, I know a lot of people were happy yesterday. Like, yes, we might have to get... This might have backfired, you know, and now we keep Bayern. You know what I'm saying? It might have been a thing where we get rid of Bayern first. Now we might keep him. So hopefully they've told him the right thing. They said, listen, mate, just go. We need you to go. And then he goes. We get a John Victor in, get another keeper in, another cheap one or anything. And then we just leave it like that, mate. And then we got Garnacho, obviously. You know Fabrizio, he likes to be the guy, in it. When it came out earlier, this is what came out earlier. Let me show you why Fabrizio even said this. This came out earlier. McGrath, yeah? McGrath came out and said, Alejandro Garnacho has rejected the opportunity to pursue a move to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. Cristiano Ronaldo's team had initial discussions to be part of the Saudi Pro League, it's called SPL, title challenge, but 21-year-old is prioritizing Europe. Obviously, we already know from like 50 different journalists, Garnacho only wants to stay in the Premier League. We already know that. So obviously, McGrath broke this. Fabrizio, being Fabrizio, he has to be the main character, has just come back and let us know. Yeah, but by the way, his plan is clear. He wants to continue in the Premier League this summer. His chapters, Man United is closed, but he wants to stay in the Premier League. Bro, we already know that. You've told us about 55 times. You know what I'm saying? But he just likes, you get it? This is what he likes to do. So yeah, we might as well just get into that anyway. But that's what's happened earlier. Garnacho, he don't want to go to the Saudi League, man. He's saying, yo, fuck that. Obviously, Cristiano's got a bit of say now with the transfers. They gave him a new deal. They said, you can have a say with the transfers. A lot of people thought it would have helped us because he would have probably took Casemiro, that's his dog, but he hasn't done it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who he's going for, but they're trying to get few players, but no one wants to go Saudi right now. Let's be real. Saudi's just getting dissed left, right, and center. Everyone that asks about Saudi, they just get dissed. So yeah, that's the situation with Garnacho. This came out earlier, like I said, and that was from McGrath. Remember that name, people, yeah? McGrath, yeah? Because a lot of people don't know him. So remember that name. That's a guy I'll say is reliable, but cool. And then we had the freedom fighter. This geezer, I hate talking about him, you know. The freedom fighter, Jadon Sancho. This geezer, Juventus are ready to offer 15 million euros to Manchester United to try and sign him. Remember, it already came out that they offered us 15 million euros, I think it was anyway, like 10 million plus 5, which is 8 million in for us. It was stupid anyway. So I don't know what's going on with this. We haven't heard nothing from none of the big journalists about Sancho. Ben Jacobs basically said the same thing, like, yo, a lot of clubs want him, but it's just his wages. You know what I'm saying? This is the last we heard about the 15 million bid that guy's talking about. Juventus have offered 10 plus 5 million in add-ons to Man United for Sancho. We've not heard nothing. That was on the 11th. It's the 13th today. That's 2 days ago. We've heard nothing about it. DiMarzio broke it. DiMarzio used to be good at Italian news. I don't know about him these days. A bit hit and miss still. But so that's the situation with Sancho. We don't know what's going on with him. When it goes too quiet, you got to get worried. Because this geezer, everyone that comes in, it starts good, then it goes quiet, and then they just walk away. Chelsea had him. They offered him 200k. Ben Jacobs said it. He said, no, I don't want 200k. I want more. Chelsea walked off. Napoli came in. I don't know what they offered him. They walked off in the end. They said, you're not serious. Fenerbahce came in. Jose Mourinho spoke to him on the phone. It's been reported. He said to them, I don't want to leave. I want to stay in the top 5 leagues. They walked off. So this geezer is Juventus or bust. Literally. If Juventus don't sign him, we are stuck with him. He will just stay and play Xbox. Because I think he knows he's not getting in no World Cup squad. You know what I mean? So I think he'll just chill, get his money, and just play Xbox. Literally. So that's the freedom fighter for you lot. He wants freedom, but I don't know how he's going to get freedom because he's not making no moves to leave. So I don't know, mate. Let me get a few more of these messages and I'll get into the next one. Like I said, there's loads to talk about. Finalize this deal would be great. Dominic, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Any deal. I don't even know what deal you're talking about because I've gone back on myself, but any deal you're talking about would be great. Literally. Either them leaving or staying. I don't care. Leaving or buying, sorry. It must be bullshit. No one else has said anything. Yeah, that's what I say. But you see, Sam, let me tell you something, yeah? Sometimes I bring people here, journalists, no one says nothing. 5 hours later, it goes crazy. That's what happens sometimes. And that's why I say you got to respect some of the little journalists. You can't just go off the main names. Because some people sit there and say, I'm just waiting for the here we go. Bro, you sit there all day, bro. Trust me, I do this every day, so I know, innit? Some little journalists, I don't even I look at him and be like, I don't think that's true. And then bam, it'll just come out. Fabrizio and that will start tapping in like 8 at night. Rios is not good defensively. He would work with Ugarte, but not with Bruno on the pivot. I ain't seen him play too much. So if you're saying that, I hear you, but I don't really know. Everyone that speaks about him speaks highly of him. The price of bargain, though, I still take him. Okay, I'm with you, Philip. Buying this age. Yeah, love for that gamer, man. Obviously, I pull it in the chat a bit late. So by the time you pull it in, you didn't know I already had it. But yeah, love for that. Appreciate it, bro. Rios and Luis make sense. What Luis? Douglas Luis. Don't tell me you're saying Douglas Luis, Sam. Because I've already showed everyone his injury record in this chat. It's terrible, mate. Okay, thanks. It's bullshit news. Okay, cool. I think Amran will bring out some players people didn't expect. I think he's going to bring that Mantato, that young boy. He might bring him in still. So, Metch, who do you really think Man United will sign before the start of this season, pre-season? I think we're going to get Mbeumo. I think we'll sign Mbeumo. I don't think anyone else. Mbeumo it's pre-season in 9 days. We get on the plane in 9 days. We play Leeds in about 5 days. So pre-season starts in about 9 days, bro. Literally, bro. We're only working on one deal. I don't know what we're doing, mate, but we're literally like, it's only going to be like one player. Right? I don't know what people think we're doing. It's one player literally that we can possibly get. Pre-season is in 9 days, bro. For those that don't know, literally, I'll show you the article about pre-season. Look at this. This is pre-season. This is the dates. The bottom right. Look at it. Leeds, we played them on the 19th. That's in about 5 days. But we fly out. It's US tour is the main thing about this pre-season. It's the US tour. The Leeds game is just the EDEC games in Europe. It's nothing. It's the friendly. So we're going to go there in 5 days. It's not really important. But the US tour, we fly out on the 22nd. We get on the plane, 22nd, get there, America, probably train a little bit. 27th, play West Ham. 31st, play Bournemouth, Everton on the 3rd of August. And then we fly back to Manchester, play Fiorentina. That's when we unveil our first kit. That's the first time we'll be playing with our first kit in front of our fans. And then we got Arsenal the week after. So that's how it's going to work. I think we're only going to sign Mbeumo in that time. Maybe whilst we're out there, we might make some signings. But to go pre-season, it'll only be Mbeumo. Vitek is set to travel with the team and is set to start in his first game of the tour. Okay, with Banana out. So they don't trust buying there that much. They're already telling him, yo, we got the young boy starting. Stay out of this. So what's that? What's that? Leeds? They don't rate him. Oh, no, that's not even Leeds. That's going to be West Ham. So they're already telling him buying there from now, you're not even starting, brother. Get out of here, man. Buying there is trash. We got the trashiest set of keepers. Onana and buying there are terrible. But I don't blame why Amorim starts Onana. Onana, at least, he's got a little bit over him. But that geezer buying there, terrible. What's good, bro? Big up yourself, AP, man. Easy, man. Watching from Ghana. Good morning. When are you going to here we go? I don't know, somewhere, man. We don't know. No one knows, man. We need to be in that room there to know. But big up yourself. Big up Ghana as well, man. I got frustrated and returned my pre-season US tour ticket until we get Embumo. Should I buy it and hope we get Embumo this week? Listen, let me show you a lot about Embumo, yeah. Why I'm optimistic about Embumo, yeah. Pete Hall just come out and said we should be getting him in, but I'm not really going off that. I'm going to show you why I am optimistic that we're going to get Embumo this week, yeah. And everyone that was in my stream earlier on knows what I'm talking about. So I'm going to get into that right now. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do, yeah? I'm going to get into the Mbeumo stuff, but let me show you something that came out earlier first. We need to laugh a little bit. Here before the Club World Cup final starts, hoping Mbeumo signs in the meantime. Same. Change this whole thing. This club is falling apart day by day with these owners. Man, I hear you, bro, man. I know it's a stressful time, man. Like everyone signing players, left, right, and centre. Chelsea signing the world. And we're waking up and we're getting linked with Calvert-Lewin and all these Callum Wilsons. It's mad. I know it. It is a bit mad, man, but just got to keep faith, man. We can't give up, can we, bro? Hopefully, man. How far with the Mbeumo deal? I've been waiting. Bro, chemist, tell me about it, bro. You need to give me some medicine, bro, because I'm going through it the most. I'm reporting this every day, cuz. You know what I'm saying? But big up yourself, though, Martin. Radic will tell, yeah, I just got this news. I love for that, Abdullah, man. Love for that. I love when you pull it in, because I can't put notifications on my phone. If I put notifications on for Fabrizio, he pisses me off, man. He'll be, you'll see a notification. You go on it. Sesko just followed Arsenal on Instagram. I can't deal with him, bro. We have been talking for months now. I don't know what hierarchy are doing over there. I do miss Ferguson and David Gill. Yeah, they were different. They had it different. But we did have Ed Woodward at them times. It was a bit easier for Ed Woodward than that because Ferguson used to pick the players and he will pick who's doing it in the Prem. So that's what Ferguson used to do a lot, buy in the Prem. So he would just say, I want him, Teddy Sheringham. I want him, Berbatov. You get it? Easy. And then they'll buy it. But now it's like we're trying to be smart. And they thought, yeah, let's try to be smart. They've gone for Højlund, fucking 72 million. Gone for Antony, 85 million. Banana, 45 million. Come on, man. So now this new hierarchy, though. George, let me tell you something. The only thing I give to this new hierarchy, Ineos, is the fact that the players we're linked with are proven. They're either getting young gems that are 18. Obviously, you can't rate how long this is taking for Embumo, but I'm talking about even the fact that we're in for Embumo and Cunha is different to what we've ever done. When we was in for Højlund, no one in this chat, unless you're Italian, can tell me you knew who that was. We all had to go on YouTube the same. We heard that, we're nearly signed Højlund. We all went on YouTube. Let's look at this guy. He looks all right. Yeah, I'll take him. Antony, none of us knew who he was. We only knew who he was because of Erik ten Hag. That's the team he used to play for. So we went and watched a couple of Erik ten Hag videos to see his style, and you saw Antony in there. but we never knew him. We're going for 2 players now. We all know. They've ripped us up in the league already. I watched Cunha on my own eyes score a corner kick against us, against Onana. I watched it in my own eyes. I couldn't believe it. This guy's terrible, Onana, man. But yeah, I'm with you, George, man. I'm with you. Them days was easy for them, like Woodward and that, because they just buying the Prem. So Ferguson just says, I want him. I want Ferdinand. Go get him. Bam. Anyone. He just gets it. And Mbeumo's been Ghana for months, so it's really going to happen. Let me tell you, look, you know what? I'm going to get into it now. Let me tell you why I'm optimistic here, why it's going to happen, yeah? Because, yeah, I think, bro, it's and if you got to remember, it's now or never. We have to either sign him now. If we don't sign him before this week, for where pre-season is, there's no rush to sign him no more. We're fucked. Literally, we have to sign him in this week coming up, or there's no reason. There's going to be no rush to sign him. The Premier League starts on the 17th of August. That's a whole month and 5 days away. But let me show you the only reason I'm optimistic that we're going to sign him, yeah? And I think it's kind of true, is because of this. Onana, McGrath. McGrath came out yesterday and broke this news to us. He said Onana has suffered a hamstring injury in pre-season. He's set to miss the tour, blah, 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 blah. This is what he said yesterday, McGrath here, Mike McGrath. Ben Jacobs spoke about it and said McGrath called it first, so I've given him his ratings. You can see there, as called by Mike McGrath. So McGrath broke the news. Well, as he broke that news, he came out and just threw a bomb. He said on the bottom, look at it, Mbeumo deal latest. When you go into the article, this is what he says. Brian Mbeumo expected to arrive at Manchester United this week before the squad goes on tour. Breakthrough in negotiations expected in the coming days for the Brentford forward. So he didn't need to say that. He just broke the news about Onana. Now he's come out. He's basically dropped a bomb about Onana, then dropped another bomb about Mbeumo. Like, he's expected to arrive at Manchester United this week before the squad goes on tour. Breakthrough in negotiations expected in the coming days. And then I thought, oh, shit. Is he just saying that? That's what everyone's saying. So I thought, I don't know about him, yeah? So cool, what's this? So he's done that. He's done the Onana thing where he's dropped the bomb. He's brought the news. Then he spoke about Mbeumo in there, like I just showed you. And I was like, still, I hear it, man. I don't know. Do you know what he done today? He broke the news about Garnacho. He broke the news about Garnacho this morning, 8 in the morning. That's when I said, I believe this guy, man. Yeah, whatever this geezer's saying, I believe him, bro. This is the same geezer, McGrath. He broke the news about Onana yesterday, put in there about Mbeumo was going to be this week before pre-season, and then he woke up today and said, well, you don't believe me still, and broke the news about Garnacho has rejected the Saudi Pro League. That's made me, I'm sold, mate. So I think it's going to happen just because of that. That's what I'm going off. Obviously, Fabrizio and Ben Jacob, they're kind of repeating themselves, but he didn't need to say that, bro. And from time he's breaking news, he broke 2 news in 2 days. No one knew. And since he said that, everyone's kind of saying it and coming onto it. So he knows a thing or two, innit? He can't be a fraud, I'll tell you that. So I'm going off, it's going to happen. I'm excited, but we'll see, innit? You get it? If it doesn't happen next week, we're fucked. That's all I'm going to say, because there's no rush then. The season starts on the 17th of August. Next week is when we fly out more. We fly out on the 23rd, innit? But next week, we got to wrap it up, medical, sign the papers, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully it can happen ASAP. But that's the only thing that's got me optimistic is going to happen next week. If it doesn't happen next week, then we're fucked. I'll tell you that for free. Eric Ten Hag should pay 50 million for Antony out of respect for Man United. He don't pay the money though, man. Bayer Leverkusen ain't dumb as well, man. They're not dumb, and they buy players cheap and then sell them on. Verts and all of these players, they don't go out there and spend 50, 60 million on players. Can't forget about Maino too. He's one of our best players technically, and he's came through the youth. He's a fantastic player. Yeah. Maino's trimmed down as well. We don't know what. Listen, we're gonna see Ruben implement his style this season. He's got his pre-season. They've all slimmed down, all the players. He's made all of them slim down. Hoylands, all of them. Look at them. They slimmed down. So we're gonna see what they really come up to now. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen, but when he implements his style, we're going to see what really happens. So Kobe might be that guy that we all want the 6 to be. He might even be him now. We don't know. He might go bring someone from the academy in, and just, who knows? Which goalkeeper should we be going for? I feel every goalkeeper we are linked with has strengths and flaws, and fans won't be happy no matter what. Well, I'm happy with that Victor because he's only 5.8 million. He's cheap. So I'm happy with Victor coming in. If Victor comes in, I'm cool with that. You understand? And then we give him a goal. But if he comes out to be shit as well, then I give up, mate. I literally give up because people are talking about Diogo Costa guy. The one game I watched of him, he had a stinker, and that was against us in the Europa League, whatever, that little process when you're playing the games in the thing. It wasn't a semi or nothing. But yeah, he threw the ball in the net twice. What Onana does, he done it that game. So I think, I'm not going with Diogo Costa, but I think Ruben likes him. Ruben's trying to do the Portuguese thing, Obrigado. He might bring him through, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I'm cool with a John Victor 5.8 million. Replace him with Bayern. Remember, guys, Onana is going on AFCON in December anyway. So we need a keeper that's going to be solidified anyway. So December, AFCON happens. Onana's gone, and Mbeumo, Ahmad, and Mazraoui. So players need to be ready to step up. I think David Beckham will buy some shares in Man United one day. We need a guy like him with our heart. Yeah, man. He's into Miami'd off, man. So hopefully he helps us out, man. Fabrizio's becoming repetitive every day. Man United, bro, I can't do it, bro. This is why I love when you lot put it in here and let me know what's going on. I can't do it. And if it is something big, I'll just share the screen and show you like the Twitter what's happening. But I can't have him on notifications, bro. He blows up my phone. Like, bing, 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 and it's nothing. You go there and it's literally, look at this guy on the flight, going to sign his medical. Like, bro, just drop the bombs. Like, David Ornstein ain't doing that. So Leo, we need a striker. Striker's coming next, but we need to sell someone. Striker. Who do you not think we should get as a striker as well? Because remember, a lot of people are saying Watkins or Mateta, but Mateta seems like he might be going to AC Milan. So who do you not think will be getting a striker? I don't know, man. He put Man United in his title the other day and said nothing about us on YouTube. I saw it, Man United. Said nothing about us, but he put United aback. This geezer's twerking, man. He's moving mad. I find it funny when he brings up his Italian buddy on some of his live streams. Different. Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah. I know you're talking about Santos. Yeah. We need a good holding midfielder. Who would you go for then, Bob? Who would you go for, bro? Thing is, though, John Victor, good enough. We don't know that yet. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that, but I'm saying I will risk it for 5.8 million because this geezer is terrible. Bayern there is terrible, bro. I'd rather Onana. Onana will have a weldy and then he'll be shit. Bayern there is just shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather the 50-50. You know, like Onana's 50-50 every game. And there were games where Onana never done nothing and we just didn't score. Look at Liverpool away. Look at Arsenal at home. There was no problems with Onana. We just didn't score. We would have won it. Man City at home. You know what I'm saying? 0-0. All them games. Wolves at home. We had about 10 chances. We couldn't score. And then they scored that free kick that no goalkeeper saving. Sarabia. Fab has got a bit... It's different. Al Hilal may turn to attacking options from Man United. No one ain't going Saudi, yo. All of our attackers are young, man. Hoyland ain't going to go Saudi. This is what I'm scared of, bruv. No one ain't going Saudi. I'll get a few more of these. I'm going to move on. Sancho could be about to play PSG now if he wasn't greedy. Exactly. They offered him 200k. Idiot. I can't lie. I swear we have Del Boy and Rodney selling our players. It's terrible. Garnacho is worth 45 to 50. Nah, bro. You see me? I don't blame them on the selling players. You got to remember something, AP, yeah? They're all moving bougie. They're all moving crazy. Garnacho is coming out and saying, I only want to stay in the Premier League. Ten Hag already said he wanted him. Leverkusen gave him for him. Leverkusen came in for Garnacho. Ten Hag wanted him, and he asked for some crazy wages or something. The wages that he asked for were so mad that they just said, yeah, forget about it. You get it? But, yeah, so Garnacho, he's talking about he wants to... So this is my point. Garnacho saying, I only want to stay in the Prem. Who's going to go from in the Prem? Only person I can think of is Chelsea or Villa. Villa's got FFP problems that they're selling their women's fucking... What is it? They sold their women's... what did they say? Their women's hotel? What is it again? I don't even know. They sold their women's club or something to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea, they just bought Gittins. Are they really? I know they sold Madueke, but people are saying that Gittins was the extra person. They've got about 50 wingers anyway. You know Chelsea. So I don't know, man. It's out of them two anyway. Douglas Luiz getting in Serie A. Imagine Prem. What do you mean? What do you mean, Harvey? Oh, getting injured. Yeah. I say that to you all the time, innit, Harvey? I say that all the time, bro. His record in Serie A is so terrible. If he comes to the Prem, we are in trouble. Like, I don't know if he's going to be able to hack it. And you got to remember, we've got a team that is already got guys that are living in a medical room, mate. I don't know what girls in there or whatever, But mate, Mason Mount, Luke Shaw, them man are living in there, literally, bro. So we can't be getting more players. And like I just said to you, we got Embumo if he comes in, Embumo, Ahmad, Mazraoui, and Ahmad. I'm going mad right now. Embumo, Ahmad, Mazraoui, and Onana going to AFCON because we ain't got time for it. Yeah, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. This in Serie A, where it's just one of the slowest leagues in the world. This is one of the slowest leagues, the Italian league, you know. You look at that kid, look at that guy that scored the goal in the Champions League semi-final against Barcelona, Serbi. He's like 36 or something, bruv. Everyone knows Italian defenders, they always like, they're old, they ride it out for time. Imagine us like, come on, bro. You're getting injured like that over there. Imagine coming to the Prem where it's physical. You go somewhere like St. James Park, Joe Linton, Jumeirez and Tonali. Bro, you'll be getting injured every minute, big man. It's crazy. 100 days out injured in one season. That's madness, bro. Stay away from here, please. We've got Mason Mount already living in there, Luke Shaw. We've got players going to AFCON. We need everyone here to step up. Casemiro looks shredded. He knows he's playing for his career. What's your thoughts? You know what got said, yeah? I should have put it in here, really. But Amorim got a guy, a sports science. He got a sports science guy to come through. He made Ineos bring him. And he changed everything. He said, you lot are going to do da-da-da-da-da-da. So they all look slim. It's not just him. Højlund, all of them. Lenny Euro, Mazraoui, they all look so slim and leaner. I don't know what is going to happen, but I think we're going to be running like dogs this season. We're literally going to probably be one of the most running teams or something. Because the way he's making them man strip off is madness. The third kid needs to hurry up. I'm grabbing it. Oh, you're talking about the when I showed you with Bruno. This one, innit? Cold. Musa, love, man. Casemiro looking shredded. What's your opinion? Yeah, they're all looking shredded, man. Like I said, man, I think it's the sports science, man. We'll see. But Casemiro, he's already said he wants to stay because this is the best place for him to stay, for him to get in the World Cup. He's got back in the Brazil team now. That Carlo Ancelotti's over there. He had the Real Madrid link. He's got him back in the World Cup. So he wants to keep his spot. So that's the situation with Casemiro. So he's doing what he needs to do. But yeah, we'll see. You look, hit up the likes, man. Come on, man. How we only got this much likes? We got a lot of people in it. Come on, man. Hit the like button up, man. It's free. Just tap the button and subscribe if you haven't. We do this every day for you, lot, man. This is nothing. You understand? This is the Metric community. We're always in here. We're always here for you, lot. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe, man. Rodney, easily. Boom, boom, boom. Peckham Station. guys. Maybe we should have done 1 month. It's crazy. But I've showed you why I think it's going to happen, though. And if it doesn't happen this week, it's peak. Good evening. I would like to know where United does with Embumo. Embumo is being said that we're going to wrap it up this week. And then someone put Pete Hall in the chat, and he said more or less this week. Brian Mbeumo expected to arrive at Manchester United this week before the squad goes on tour. Breakthrough negotiations is expected in the coming days for the Brentford forward. In the coming days. And this is the same geezer that broke the news about Onana being injured. And he just threw this in there. And then he broke the news today about Garnacho rejecting Al Nassr. So he's got someone in there. He's got a link. He knows something that we don't know. And he's coming with something different. Fabrizio and I are not saying what this geezer just saying, like a couple days. He's saying this week, we're going on tour and Mbeumo is expected to arrive. Like he's saying it with chest. Fabrizio and that would be like, they're still exploring, it's advancing, blah, blah. Like it's boring, bro. So I'm just scaring off my man's energy, and I think it's going to happen because of that. Because he's breaking news every day. You can't break Onana's news being injured yesterday and then break the news today about Garnacho, and then you don't know nothing. You know something, innit? So it is what it is. I'm not even concerned about Mbeumo anymore. It's done. Run me a goalkeeper and Watkins. I don't know about that midfield. Richard Rios as well. I don't mind that. I don't mind that midfielder, Richard Rios. Yeah. Richard Rios, like I said, I don't know about him yet. I don't know if it's 100. Let's not get too excited with him. But from what I've heard, he's a good player. Do you get it? So we'll see what happens. And Watkins, yeah, was proper linked with him. Lobby Woodwell spoke about him. Let me let you know what happened with Watkins. Because out of all the attackers that we've been linked with, Osimhen, he stayed at Galatasaray for a big bag. Who else is there? Osimhen stayed. Gyökeres, he is twerking for Arsenal. He wants Arsenal more than he wants himself at this moment. Ekitike is 85 million. He's a project. He's potential. That's what we done with Højlund. We looked at him. We said, he's gonna come good in a few seasons. He might be Harry Kane or something. and we paid 72 million and it didn't work out. So I don't think Ineos is doing that. They're going for prime now. This is Watkins, what Laurie Whitwell said about him. He basically said, look, Ollie Watkins is on the list. They are considering that. Watkins' situation at Villa is an interesting one. They were open to selling him to Arsenal in January. Villa wanted 60 million. Arsenal valued him at 40 million. So maybe the price ultimately might be too much for United's blood at this point. If they do push forward with that pursuit, I'm told that contact has been made in terms of checking out what it might look like. Remember, Laurie Whitwell is very reliable for Man United news. He only does Man United news. He's not one of these journalists that does no, he's only United. So Watkins is definitely on our list for strikers, and he seems like he's the best one left. When you look at his record, he seems like literally there's no one else that's better than him. But the only thing is, he does miss a lot of chances, and I put that article in earlier. You know what I mean? I will rise it up, but yeah. So he looks like he's the best one. We asked about him in 2020 before he went to Aston Villa when he was still at Brentford, and then we asked to get kept him, but they opted to keep Højlund. I think that's what I heard, that they opted to keep Højlund. But now we're 5 years on, another point where it's Ruben Amorim wants Premier League proven. Yeah. This is not the window where you're going to see substantial signings of the likes of Højlund who are not ready to play in the Premier League. So all that Ekateke's and all of that, forget about them, bro. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what he's saying about Watkins still. So let me just run through. Oh, yeah, we got this geezer as well. We got this. This came out earlier. Nico Jackson. They was spoke about Nico Jackson yesterday. They were saying, yo, Man United have inquired about Chelsea striker Nico Jackson. This walk-in red card. He'd probably get sent off today, bro, if he even starts. But yeah, anyways, this has come out yesterday. But look at the way that it's come out on the United news. You would think that we just picked up the phone, found them. Where you want Nico Jackson now? Bro, when you actually get into the article, this is what I'm saying. I click into the articles, translate it, and read that. I don't just, what most of these guys do, they look at that, start panicking, start commenting, why are we doing this? Ineos. You need to go into the article and read it properly. And it says, look, the door is open for Nico Jackson at around 70 million euros for Chelsea. An update will be made after the FIFA Club World Cup. He could stay or leave. English clubs have made inquiries. Aston Villa, MU, who's obviously Man United, etc. In Italy, Napoli's interested. Bro, who the fuck reports something and puts etc. in the end of it? That doesn't even make no sense. That's like me saying, we should be beating Sheffield United, etc. Who am I talking about? The rest of the relegation zone? Am I talking about all the teams in Sheffield, in the Midlands? What am I talking about? The geezer's just guessing, it seems like. Aston Villa, Man United, etc. So I'm taking this with a pinch of salt, because this is where it's from. Apparently, this geezer broke the Euro news, so it's good for French news. As you can see at the top, that's all in French. I have to translate it. I can't speak French. Yeah? So this is what I'm saying. Take it with a pinch of salt. Nico Jackson, we're linked with him. We're never going to pay 60 million for him. And yeah, it's Aston Villa and Man United, etc. So who's the rest? I don't know. Arsenal? Is it the big six you're talking about? Is it the Manchester clubs? Who are you talking about? No one's going to know. I don't know what source ever does that, but cool, forget that. And then we got Edison. Obviously, we've been linked with this geezer for ages. Yeah, we're linked with him. This came out on the 7th, but I forgot to rise it up. So we're linked with him. Inter Milan and Juventus have also opened talks, apparently. I don't know if we've opened talks, but then again, like I said to you, we've had so much reports about him saying that we like him so much that it could be believable. And this is from the proper, reliable Man United, etc. sources. When you look at this, you look at Rob Dawson, who is reliable. He's reliable, Rob Dawson. And he says, if Man United can boost their budget with incoming transfer fees, there might be headroom to move for a midfielder like Atlanta's Edison or Crystal Palace's Adam Wharton. That's on the 30th of June, he said that. So that just came out on the 7th, what I just showed you the first time. This was on the 30th of June. And then Fabrizio Romano, a lot of you lot's go, he said in April, when the season was still going on, this is what Fabrizio said. Man United have discussed Edison during a meeting with the club directors and Ruben Amorim. United made contact with the players' camp a few months ago to show their interest. He is seen as one of the ideal midfield candidates. So if that got said in April, it might be reliable every time we see his name now, because we're going to want someone like him. He's intensity. He fits the bill to what Ruben Amorim wants, someone that can run, etc. And then Alfredo Padula said the same thing. We looked at him last year. We offered 50 million euros. They said they wanted 60. We turned around. When we bought Ugarte, innit? We bought Ugarte instead. So now that we're gonna have to see if something basically develops in the future. So we've been linked with him for ages, basically, and that's just another link, just basically telling us, Man United have open talks, so they're still chatting to him. So boy, something could be brewing with that one there. But like I said, we're not going to be buying him now, but it could be like a verbal agreement. You know them ones, like we chat to him now. Atlanta, would you not want for him? Want 50 million? All right, listen, we're gonna come for him. We want 50 million as well. We're gonna come for him when it's time. Don't worry, hold that there. And if it gets the 1st of September, when the transfer closes and we don't come for him, then obviously we will thing in it. Like it wouldn't happen. So that happened yesterday. Boom, boom, boom. Then we had this rumor about Rodrigo. This is crazy, isn't it? We had this rumor. I actually think this is true, but watch this. Listen to it. It says Man United are looking for more wingers, and Rodrigo is one of the players they really like since a long time. And like I say to you, though, I look at this. This is the Madrid Extra. This is their fan page. So when they put it up, George C is reliable for them. So when I've come here and I've seen that, a lot of you that will see that and think, oh my God, we're going to sign Rodrigo. I go into the actual documents and it says, this is what he actually said. And when you translate it, because I can't speak Spanish, it says, in addition to Cunha, Manchester United also looking for attacking players. They are close to signing Mbeumo from Brentford, but are still on the market for more wingers. One of the footballers they have really liked for a long time is Rodrigo. So listen to this. All he's saying is we like Rodrigo. That's true. We probably do like Rodrigo, and he can play up front, but we're never going to go for him. He's going to be about 100 million. Like, it's not going to happen. Arsenal's in for him. Is he even going to leave? I know he hasn't been playing in the Club World Cup, but come on, man. That's not really a story. It's just basically letting us know Man United really like Rodrigo. It's not saying nothing. That Man United have made contacts. We're exploring. We're keen. We're keeping tabs. Nothing. It's just saying we really like Rodrigo. I might really like Beyonce and Rihanna. What does that mean? I'm not going to go for it. Like, it doesn't mean nothing. So I think it's true because George C. Pearson is reliable for Spanish news, but it's not a big story. It's just nothing. And if we got a story like that from every club, we'll have stories every day. Arteta likes Madueke. He likes this guy. He likes. It doesn't mean anything, bro. So that I came out about Rodrigo. Let me get a few of these and I'll get into the rest and I'll summarize it as well. Don't watch nothing. If you missed anything, I've got you. You said that already. Boom, boom, boom. Concerned about my man. Onana has just been too costly though. Onana's got a goal, 100%. But someone asked me the other day, which was a good question, He said, what would you rather though if you could only lose one? Would you rather get a striker in, but keep Onana, or lose Onana and keep Højlund? What would you rather? Get a goalkeeper in, but keep Højlund up front, or let Højlund go, but keep Onana? Me, I'd rather keep Onana and let Højlund go. That's what I'd rather do for one season. I swear to you. Because I feel like we needed more goals last season than Onana flopped us. Onana's shit, mate. I want him gone. But I'm saying I would rather Højlund go because we need goals. We was playing with 10 men. He couldn't hold up the ball. It was mad. He would score a goal and then the commentator will say the next game, he needs another goal for confidence. You've never seen that. Agiz's already scored a goal. They're still saying he needs another goal for confidence. So I would rather Højlund just goes on loan somewhere, we get a proper striker. And if you look at loads of the games that were narrow, Liverpool at Anfield, 2-2, we had a striker. Højlund was 1-on-1 with Alisson, remember, and he missed. We had a striker for them games. We would have put them away. Wolves, Arsenal at home. Are you not forgetting these games? Come on, man. Even Chelsea away, when Maguire scored, it was offside. We never had, there's so much games, we never had a striker. So, yeah, I would rather Højlund go first. And Ineos can see it as well. That's why we're going for striker next. They can all see it as well. That's what they're saying. We need goals in this team now. We need Mbeumo, Cunha, and some goals. So we're not even going to think. Our attack is so terrible. It's one of the most embarrassing attacks. And I always have to throw this one in there. Every time I come in here, I have to throw this one just to make you lot remember how bad our attack is. Look at this article on the left, mate. Just look at this, bro. But Onana's terrible. Onana's got to go as well. 100%. He's got to go. Metch, I clicked in late. When you have a moment, can you see the video again? Oh, it's Ben Jacobs. It's Ben Jacobs. I'll probably put it at the end of the stream. Don't worry. I'll put it on and you can see it. You know I always got you lot, man. It's just Ben Jacobs talking about certain stuff. etc. But I got you, Man United. You always throw the bombers in, so I'm gonna repay one for you. You get me? Don't watch nothing. I'll throw it in at the end. Cunha, Watkins, and Mbeumo is a good enough front line. 100%, bro. Look at that though. Let me read it out to you lot. Embumo scored just one league goal fewer than Man United's entire attack this season. So you lot are forgetting this, bro. You lot are forgetting this. This is what happened last season. This is why I say it's more the attacking than it's. Anana didn't throw the ball in the net every single game. He was shit, but it wasn't every single game. That's what I'm saying. But every single game, it felt like we couldn't score. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. But they all need to go. Anana needs to go. If a bid comes in for him now, he needs to go. But if we had to choose, I would rather Højlund goes, and then we get a proper striker. We have two players behind him that can proper score goals, and then we move on from there. That's what I would rather. So yeah, man, this is what happened last season, bro. This was our attack last season. 21 goals. Cunha and Mbeumo, just both of them together, 35 goals, nearly double of what our attack scored. Remember, Ahmad got injured for a few months, whatever. So, but it was still bad enough. Xerxes, I like him as well, but he just didn't score enough goals, bro. You understand? I'd rather Xerxes in the 10, to be honest with you. Garnacho, Højlund. Garnacho is probably the most. Garnacho is probably the most wasteful, to be honest. Højlund didn't even get that much shots because he never got the ball. He got the ball, they were just tackling him straight away. Yeah, he couldn't hold up the ball, nothing. Garnacho would actually get into good positions. I remember like Tottenham, when he played against Tottenham and we lost 1-0, Maddison scored. 1-on-1 with my man. He just skies it all the time. So much times. But yeah, that's our attack, bro. That's why Ineos woke up and said, yo, bro, let's just get goals in this team. So I don't know, mate. And even if you look at this one here, it kind of dampens Ollie Watkins on the end. Big chances missed. If you look at the last article, but just look at the middle one. Look at the first one, for example. Big chances missed. That was us last season at some point. It didn't end like that. That's not the end chart. At some point, that was us. But look at the second one. This is what I keep showing you lot for yesterday in my stream and today. We're 12th, yeah? So this ain't even the first side of it. We're in the second page. Yeah, so we had that much shots on target per match. So we had that much shots that we were 12th. Look at the shot conversion rate and compare it with every single person on that list. 8.3. Compare that with every single team on that list, bar one. Apart from Southampton, look at every single team on this list and tell me if they've got less than us. It's crazy, man. This is what we're dealing with, bro. This is what we're dealing with. 8.3 conversion rate, bro. We've only got a better conversion rate in front of goal than Southampton. Do you know how mad that is? Like, and people say we finished. Where did we finish? 15th, whatever it is, bro. If Ahmad never scored the goals he scored in the beginning of the season, beating City and all of that, Southampton hat trick and and then if Bruno never scored the goals that he scored in the second half of the season when Ahmad got injured, we might have got relegated, bro. When you actually look at it, look at the shot conversion rate under Manchester United and compare it with everybody else on it. Ipswich have got a better shot conversion rate than us. Leicester City with Jamie Vardy, 37-year-old, 36, whatever he is, have got a better conversion rate than us, bro. Nobody had a worse conversion rate than us than Southampton, bro. Come on, man. And they literally got 1 point more than the worst team to ever be in the Prem, which is Derby. They got 1 point more than them, and we got just about a better conversion rate than them. So this is what I'm trying to say to you, man. Our attack was terrible, brother. Terrible. What's happened to what is happening with Antony? Antony, basically, Bayer Leverkusen's backing for him. Where is it? Bayer Leverkusen's backing for him. They're in talks with Man United to sign Antony. Remember, that's Erik ten Hag, so it's kind of believable. Real Betis still want to sign him, but they're talking about loans. They had him on a loan. We've done you a favor. Now you're still talking about loans. You've gone mad. Two other teams, two other major clubs, one in Italy and another in Germany, are also interested. So the one in Italy is Como. Fabrizio already reported about that. That Como came in for him. Cesc Fabregas's team came in for him because they got a lot of money now. And he said, no, I'm waiting on Real Betis. But now Leverkusen's come back as Ten Hag. Leverkusen's playing in the Champions League. You get it? He might get swayed and go over there. I don't know. I don't know how true it is because they're looking at signing Bakayoko as well. But because it's Ten Hag, it's believable. But then again, it's like, I don't know the source in it, Travella. I don't know them, so I can't vouch. But that's the latest on Antony. So I don't know. So what keeper do you think we should sign? Should it be a loan or definite transfer? The Mbeumo story is so boring that I've moved to something else. Tell me about it, Sebastian. I report it every day. The keeper situation, I don't know who we're going to actually go for, yeah? But like I said, we've been linked to that geezer for so long that there might be something brewing, that John Victor. He's only going to be 5.8 million. It's not the biggest risk in the world. Obviously, buying there cost about 3-4 million. And we said the same thing. It's not a big risk. He's only 3-4 million. And he ended up being one of the shittest keepers I've ever seen. So I don't know, man, but we'll see, innit? I just think we'll end up going for... Basically, if Onana goes, because of the money we'll get, 30 million, 25, whatever, we can get that on like Lamans or like, what's that geezer called? Diego Costa, them type of players. But if Onana doesn't go, then obviously we're only going to go for a cheap keeper, which is like, who's like buying there. Buying there's cheap. So get rid of him, get someone else that's cheap, John Victor. That's what we're doing. What is your view on we keeping Antony? I just think it's not going to work. I don't think he even wants to stay because he himself has said he wants to go back to Real Betis. He's waiting for them because he loves it there. He was crying and all of that. Do you not see him crying in interviews and all that? They made me feel alive again and all of that. He loves it there. He went there. They made him feel alive. They called him the GOAT. He took them to the final of the Conference League. You got to respect it, man. He's understood, innit? The Premier League's too fast for me. I'm getting pressed at 100 miles per hour. I've gone to La Liga. In La Liga, there's so much space. They're giving me time on the ball. I'm bossing it. Me and Isco got a link up. Like, it's nice for him. He loves the city. He's nice, man. Do you know what I mean? So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Are you planning to be the next Mark Goldbridge? Never, man. Never cool dude, Zach, man. Never, bro. You see me? I actually go to the games. I go to all the games. If you go on my old videos, you can see I got Matchday Vlogs. Leon, when we won at Leon, the comeback, go on my video, you see the Matchday Vlog. I'm there in the stadium, videoing it. The goals going in the net and that. So I'm different, mate. I'm really outside. So when the games start, this is just for now. Transfers, that's all we can do in it. So I'm helping you out every day. All the transfers, 3 times a day, I'm bringing it to you lot. But when the games start, we're going to have match reviews on here. I'm going to have panels, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, anyone we play before a game, I'm going to have them on. We'll talk about whatever strengths and weaknesses, what the score is going to be. It's going to be lit. This is only the beginning, what you're seeing here. Mark Goldbridge just sits and talks all day. I'm not on that. I'm trying to get people on. I'm going to Old Trafford. I'm going to the games. You're going to see. Trust me. This is the beginning. Watch next month from August the 17th onwards. Arsenal game onwards. You're going to see. This channel is going to go crazy. This is nothing. This is just early days. Because if you are, wish you luck, be yeah, love, man, appreciate you, man. But no, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not on all that. I want to be active. I love United, where I'm doing everything. I'm not just doing one thing where I just sit and talk about my United all day. Nah. So right now it's transfer season. We talk about United. When the games are on, I'm going to the games. I'm there. Everything, bro. You're gonna see it. It's gonna be lit, man. Trust me. Make sure you subscribe. I'm telling you, lot. Make sure you lot subscribe because it's gonna be lit. This is only the beginning. Make sure you hit the like button as well, man. Have we only got this much likes, man? We got this much people inside. Hit the like button, man. It's free, man. It's just a button. We do this for you like every day, you know. Man United, you know us. Mbeumo announcement day. Hopefully, bro. Hopefully. I think it's this week coming, though. Wissa scored 20 goals last season, you know. 19 goals, sorry. Wissa scored 19 goals last season. No penalties. And remember, they've already said they're not selling Wissa and Mbeumo. So we got to keep checking our mirrors for Wissa, you know, because Forest put in a bid and Tottenham are looking at him. Because he's going for 50 million, they're kind of like oohing and ahhing. You get me? Temesgen's always here with a FIFA list. Every day. I like Rodrigo, Nelson, Dioso. I don't even know who that is, brother. This geezer kills me, man. When are we traveling for our pre-season tour to America? Yeah, and Mbeumo's reporting back tomorrow to Brentford. Will this deal be possible? Pre-season tour, like I said, Stockholm we're going on the 19th of July. That's just a friendly. The pre-season US tour, America, we're leaving on the 22nd of July. So we've got 9 days to get Embumo. So all these reports that are coming out, they're all saying Embumo is going to get wrapped up within this week coming up, Monday onwards, and then we're going to get him on tour because we've got 9 days. So it has to be wrapped up this week, or it's a myth. So obviously, he's going to report back to training tomorrow, but that's nothing, innit? And all the reports are saying what they're saying. So hopefully we get a here we go or something tonight. Who knows? But they're all saying this week coming, is very crucial. Even Fabrizio said in the video, I said it on the last stream, he said, next week's a crucial week. You know, like he just says these things because obviously McGrath said it, innit? McGrath came out and said next week, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully next week, but we're going on the 22nd, which is in 9 days. So we still got time. 9 days is still a lot of time to get him in. Then yes, very incompetitive. They should fuck out of our club. A lot of people wanted them though. When people were saying, let's go get the Qataris, people were saying, no, I don't want no state-owned. I don't want it to be state-owned and blah, blah, blah. Now look, everyone's crying. It's crazy. I get it. I understand you, Robert. They're taking long. Everyone's getting frustrated. I get it. But what can we do, innit? We just got to wait, bro. Have we signed Mbeumo? Not yet, Balaji, man. Not yet. Hopefully, man. Hopefully soon. That's a mad way to spell his name, though. Ben Jacobs are wrong, bro. Don't listen to him. Same, like cute. John, what, you're a Liverpool fan or something? Cute. And yeah. And Ben Jacobs, bro, he's broke the news about Mbeumo. You got to give him some praise. This is what I say. Certain man, we wasn't rating Ben Jacobs. None of us was. But as soon as he broke the news about Mbeumo, and this season, this little window, he's been kind of good. I'll be real. He's been good. So you got to give him his credit, man. And that's what I say, because I do this every day. I show you all the stuff. I'm kind of getting a feel and knowing who's kind of reliable, who's breaking news, who's not. So yeah, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, my people, man. Make sure to hit the like button, man, and subscribe. Yeah, we do this for you all the time. This is nothing. Ornstein Bomber, Gyökeres to Arsenal. Is it? It's probably going to happen anyway. Yeah, safe. They're finally getting it done, yeah? Nah, bro, Arsenal fan. Oh, you must be happy then. You're finally getting Gyökeres, isn't it, John? Nah, bro, Arsenal fan. You must be happy then. I knew Gyökeres is twerking for them too much, man. He was always going to go there, man. And we're playing him first game of the season as well, you know. We need to score against him, beat him, and have all the fans doing this, taking the piss out of him. But yeah, man. What do you think about Madueke, John? Arsenal are completing the Victor Gyökeres deal after taking the final steps in negotiation. Pussies, man. I hate that. I wanted that to flop so bad. They probably paid that money there, though, innit? Hopefully, bro. I'm not happy with this club. I'm a season away from supporting Luton. No trophies over there. No, I don't blame you. Let me summarize what just happened anyway, man. With all the news that's come out today, we basically had this about Mbeumo. It's just bare other reports. Ben Jacobs spoke about it and just said, raw, same shit as before. He just saying that they're close, that we don't want to jump too big. We bidded our first bid was a certain thing. I think it was like 45, our first bid. Then we bidded 55. So we don't want to go from 45 and jump all the way to 70 because now everyone's going to look at us and say blah, blah, blah. So that's what he's basically saying. And then obviously Sky Sports come and tapped in and said the same thing as usual. Back again, bro, streaming live from Uganda. Any Mbeumo updates? Have we just got online match? Thanks for this wonderful show always. Big up yourself, Duex, man. Nah, I've been on here for about an hour and a half. But yeah, this is the Mbeumo stuff. Obviously, Ben Jacobs spoke. I played that video in the beginning of the stream. Someone didn't see it and they asked for it. I might play it again in the end. But yeah, for now, this is all that's on Mbeumo. It's just next week, it's looking like it's going to be that. We're going to get over the line. Like, it has to be that because pre-season's coming up, in 9 days. So we have to get it next week. So if it doesn't happen next week, then it's probably going to be never going to happen. Or it's going to be like no rush. Marcus Rashford. This is what's come out about him. Saudi wanted him now. He's apparently turned that down today. I didn't even hear nothing about this. I didn't even know this was happening. But obviously Barcelona fans are reporting on Rashford now more than us because they want him so bad. So they're reporting on him more. I'm having to go to them to find stuff about Rashford now. Barca Universal. So Marcus Rashford has rejected an offer from Saudi Arabia with a huge salary. He wants to join Barca. And then obviously I go into the documents. I don't just look at that and go, yeah, look at this, guys. I go into it and show you that what's being said so you understand. And it's just basically saying Marcus Rashford has turned down Saudi's priority is to play for Barcelona. The English forward is fully focused on securing a move to Camp Nou this summer and is willing to wait for a Catalan club to finalise their plans. So he only wants Barcelona. We already know that he only wants Barca. He's been twerking for them for longest. He's on Instagram liking their pictures. He's going on podcasts. Says, I want to play with Lamine Yamal. He's the best. Blah, blah, blah. And here it just says basically from Sky Sports, it says Man United are expecting an approach from Barcelona for Rashford. Barcelona are working hard behind the scenes on a deal for the forward. So they really want him. They really want him, but they don't want him enough because all they want is a loan. You really want someone, go and get them. They more wanted Nico Williams. He turned him down, got another contract with Atleti, and then they wanted Luis Diaz, but Luis Diaz, Liverpool kept saying he's not for sale. He's not for sale, bro. He's not for sale. So obviously, because they keep saying he's not for sale, they're not going for him. They said, yeah, there's no point going for him. So that's the situation. So now they're putting up with Rashford, but they're not committing. They're not saying, we want Rashford, fuck it, let's go pay the 40. They keep saying, nah, we're going to wait and just get a loan. So they might wait to the end, near deadline day, and then come back for the loan. This is what might happen. So this is Marcus Rashford. I lucky you just come in the right time because I'm summarizing it all up. I just spoke about Mbeumo, and then, yeah, there's nothing really new with that. Just Sky Sports talking about this week's going to be a crucial week, basically. And then I've just spoke about Rashford just now. And this is apparently rejected a Saudi offer. He don't want to go Saudi because he wants Barcelona. And we know that already. He wants Barcelona bad. So he's turned down the big money. And everyone's just saying that basically we're expecting an approach from them. They've already approached us earlier and said loan. And then we said, fuck off. We only want 40 million. And then now we're waiting. Richard Rios. This is someone that you love, Lucky anyway. You love him. So this is what's come out about him. Basically, Man United have made a move for Richard Rios in the last few hours. Roma recently offered 22 million, but Palmeiras want 26. So this one here in the middle is Richard Rios. This is what Fabrizio said last night. Don't think because the article's on the right, it came after. This was last night. Fabrizio said this. He said that he's prepared to give up 10% as a part of the deal with Palmeiras in order to join Roma. Last night. No agreement between club to club, but Roma want 30 million, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously, this is today now. You can see the date and the time at the bottom, 1:31. That's when it says Man United have made a move for Richard Rios in the last few hours. Roma recently offered 22 million, but Palmeiras won 26 million. And then this article just breaks it down, Gazeta, what it really says. Like I said, I always get into the articles and show you that what's really being said. And it's saying we want him to replace Casemiro, blah, blah, blah. And that it's basically it's made it awkward for Roma now because we're strong competition and we're willing to pay the money. But I don't know if it's true because they're saying Man United want to replace Casemiro. Casemiro's already came out and said he's staying this year. So that's already been reported that he's staying this year. He thinks it's the best place for him to be, for him to go to the World Cup next year. So I don't know, mate. I don't know if that's true it is. Like I said, take it with a pinch of salt. Let's see more reports come out. But Fabrizio's only spoke about Roma. He didn't say our name in there, nothing. But like I said, that was yesterday. This is today. So have we come and hijacked it? We don't know. We'll see. We had more news. Obviously, I just summarized this. This is Antony by Leverkusen's back in for him. That's Eric Ten Hag. Real Betis won him back on a loan. 2 other clubs. Como's definitely one of them. Blah, blah, blah. Trivella, I don't really know too much about them, so we'll see. Bayern there, the worst goalkeeper we've got. His agent has been at Carrington this week to discuss his future. Is he going to stay? Is he going to leave? I'm sure he was going to go because Victor will be linked with him too heavy. But now that Onana's injured, this might blow up in our face now, where he's got to stay because we need another goalkeeper. So that's peak. Garnacho, obviously this came out first about McGrath. He broke this at 8 in the morning and said Garnacho has rejected Saudi Arabia, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously Fabrizio had to just feel like he's saying something. So then he came out and said this, the plan remains clear. He wants to continue in the Premier League this summer. You didn't break no news, nothing. You just wanted to feel involved because you've seen someone else break the news and just came out and said that. So you can look at the times and you look 8 a.m. is when he said this, McGrath. And you look at Fabrizio, he said that at 10 o'clock. You're telling us something we already know for no reason because you just feel you need to tap in. I'm tired of expecting money. And trust me, bro, it's crazy, bro. Tomorrow things will happen. I hope so. Gyökeres, I hope he doesn't meet not even 10 goals. Trust me. I don't know what's going to happen with Gyökeres, but I got tired of him a long time ago. I just didn't want him to go Arsenal. I wanted it to fall apart, man. I'm kind of pissed with that one, man. I wanted it to fall apart. I laugh at my Arsenal friends, but I can't laugh at them anymore. Richard Rios will be an amazing signing, 100%, but we got to wait and see. We'll see if it really happens. I don't mind any midfield. Ineos and Glazers out, Qatar in. They're not coming back, though, Ayala, man. They're not coming back for us, man. It's done. Garnacho only going to go in Premier League. Fabrizio already said it. Start window. Yeah. That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Start of the window. Exactly, Lucky. So why is he telling us again for the 60th time? The only reason he's telling us again is because he wants to feel involved. That he didn't know nothing about this. It got broken by someone else, so he has to put his 2 pence in. And then it says, obviously, Jadon Sancho, you know, there's a bid that went in the other day, apparently 15 million, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how true that is. No one else ain't spoke about it. I don't know if it's disrespectful to Man United or disrespectful to Sancho. But yeah, that's the situation with that. Then we spoke about Nico Jackson. Someone said they'll rather Michael Jackson than him. He's a walking red card. And when you look at it from the Man United standpoint, it literally says Man United have inquired about Chelsea's Nico Jackson. The door is open for him to leave Chelsea around 60 million. So if you saw that, you would just think, oh my God, we've gone mad. What are we doing? Because this geezer, everyone's saying this is the guy that broke the news about Euro coming to Man United. He broke it first. He's a French journalist. So I've gone on the actual article and obviously I've translated it because I can't talk French. And it says, the door is open for Nicolas Jackson, 70 million, blah, 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 blah. English clubs have made inquiries, Aston Villa, Man United, etc. And that's when I just said, yeah, forget about it. There's no journalist that's going to write a source, breaking the news and say, Aston Villa, Manchester United, etc. Who the fuck is etc.? The top six? The Manchester clubs? Who? Like, you're not even making no sense. So they just threw our name in there for no reason, basically. You could just tell. So I don't even think this is true. And I'm sure we'll know about it from English clubs first. Chelsea's in England, Man United's in England. The English journalists will probably say something first. So, yeah. Ederson, we've been linked with him for ages. I showed you lot already how much time we've been linked with him. Fabrizio said he's our ideal midfield candidate, blah, blah, blah. So, obviously, there's some links there saying that with open talks, we maybe have or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Caicedo, I didn't even talk about this geezer, today, but we were linked with him yesterday. I've never seen this geezer in my life. I know La Masia, they cook up gems all the time. Lamine Yamal, Pedri. I know Pedri ain't from La Masia, but he was in their academy, whatever. I don't know. They've got their little gems, Kabasi and all of these guys. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know this geezer, but apparently 100 million euros. We're never going to pay that for him. So, yeah. But it's coming out from 3 different sources. Mundo Deportivo has said that basically Ruben Amorim considers him an ideal replacement to replace Ugarte. I don't know about that. Arsenal were in for him before. And then they just said the same thing basically here. Barca need a major sell. He's got a £100 million release clause. Euros, sorry, not pounds. 85 million. I've never heard this geezer in my life. If you don't know him, let me know if he's good or not. I've never heard of him. So I don't know if he's good or not. I don't know this geezer at all. Then I showed you that about pre-season. We've got Leeds in 5 days. And then we fly out on the 22nd of July. Remember that. 22nd of July, we fly out to go to America. And then we play West Ham on the 27th. Bournemouth on the 31st. Everton on the 3rd of August. Then we're back at Old Trafford on the 9th of August. And that's the first time we're going to wear our home kit in front of the fans at Old Trafford. Because all these other teams, Arsenal and that, they wear their home kit on the last game of the season. Man United, they make so much money, they don't need to do all of that. They release it in pre-season. Obviously, I told you Mbeumo's attack because someone was talking about striker. Do we need attack? Do we need let's get rid of Onana first. Look at our attack last season, mate. 21 goals, and Mbeumo himself scored 20 goals. So I was just showing everyone what really happened, why we need a striker more. And you look at this, how much big chances we missed. That's the first article. The second article is the most detrimental one on this page. And it shows you shots on target per match. Look at Manchester United. We're 12th of the shots per target per match. But that's not what I'm telling you to look at. You've got to look at the shot conversion rate under. And it says 8.3% was our shot conversion rate. And if you look at any person on this list, any team, we don't beat no one but Southampton. So we only had a better shot conversion rate apart from Southampton. So if Ahmad never scored them goals against City, Southampton, the hat-trick, Everton, and Bruno never scored all them goals to bail us out. The free kick against Arsenal and all the other goals, Everton, 2-2, free kick, and all these other things, we might have actually got relegated. Because our shot conversion rate, as you can see, is 8.3, and nobody's as lower than us, apart from Southampton, and they got relegated. So apart from them little penalties we scored and them two bailing us out, it was actually spooky and dark. That Ipswich Town had a better conversion rate than us, Leicester City. So that was me just showing you lot why we definitely need a new whole set of attackers. It don't matter if Højlund's come back looking lean and Garnacho. No, we need to switch it up. These men are not killers, bro. Like, Ipswich Town strikers are killing more than them. Leicester City, Jamie Vardy, 36 years old, whatever he is scoring more goals than them. So let's forget about it. And then it just showed about goals and assists. It's nice to see that Embumo's in there on 27. Hopefully we get him. We're linked with Watkins. He had 24. Cunha's in there with 21. And then Bruno's in at 18. And then this is the biggest chances missed. You've got Ollie Watkins top. But remember, Salah's in there. All the players are going to be in there. The more chances you get, the more you're going to score and more miss. But I would say it's more of a problem when you miss more than you score. So Ollie Watkins, he's like a 50-50 guy. He'll score chances and he'll miss them. Salah just went brazy. 47 goals scored and assists. He missed 24. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not that bad. But if you scored only 16 goals, I think Ollie Watkins scored 17 goals, and then you score and then you miss 27 chances, it is a bit, you never know with him. But it is what it is, isn't it? I still would go for Ollie Watkins out of everyone. So yeah, that's more or less it, man. That's more or less it. I'll get a few more of these. Man United wanted to see the video about Ben Jacobs, so I might play the video for. If you've seen it, there's no point even watching it. But this is what Ben Jacobs said. Gyökeres will join us later, bro. Don't worry. Make Mbeumo and Rios first. Nah, bro. Gyökeres is done, man. If Ornstein's come out and said that, then forget about Gyökeres, bro. It's a myth. It's not happening. But it's cool anyway, man. Like, I've kind of come off him anyway. I don't even. Is what it is. Jack what? To where? I don't know who he's talking about. Yeah, so boom. We're not paying that. I want goals. Lucky's this guy, mad per usual. Vardy, Ollie Watkins in. We need signings. Glory, glory, Man United. Better ones off. Of course. Come on, man. Let me play you the video. Man United, you wanted the video. I'm going to play it for you, man. I told you. I got you. But listen, make sure you like and subscribe, man. If you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe. We do this for you lot every day. This is not nothing new. This is every day, man. So you're breaking everything down for you lot, man. You understand? So Embumo, hopefully wrapping it up this week. It's been reported by reliable people that it's going to happen this week. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Hopefully it happens. Yeah, I got you, man. Don't watch nothing, man. Metch called out Romano earlier and he tells no bullshit. The man posted 3 hours before McGrath. I told you. He's different. He's different, Cavani. He wants to feel involved with everything. Even David Ornstein, he's probably broke that news about Gyökeres. He will probably retweet it. If he ain't got the call yet to say it's done, he'll retweet his one. Just to show that he's involved somehow. Obviously, I rate him in it because he does what he does, but he taps in a lot as well. You get me? So I just say that because of the people that say, I want the here we go only. Bro, there's so much journalists that are sick apart from him. Let me play the video anyway for Man United and then bam, is what it is. If you ain't seen it, then this is for you. This is from Ben Jacobs.
We're led to believe.
Terrace. So
if you want to break those down for us, that'd be amazing, please, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, Manchester United are definitely looking to get these exits done sooner rather than later. And as we've said before, there may be some element of intertwinement between Rashford, Garnacho, Antony, and Sancho. And naturally, you have Sancho who would like to find permanent solution and feels like the £25 million fee, which was the same as Chelsea's obligation, is pretty much below his market value. And therefore, there will be interesting suitors, but he's got to drop his wage demands. And at the moment, there's no agreement between Sancho and Juventus on terms. It was the same with Sancho and Napoli, and Fenerbahce never really moved. They tried and inquired, but the suggestion they made an offer is wide of the mark, according to my understanding. So Sancho has to drop his demands if Juve or any other club is to come off. And at the moment, we're waiting to see whether that's the case. If he does, then the move will happen sooner rather than later. And Sancho is open to Juventus. That's my understanding. Antony's waiting for Real Betis. It's his desired destination. And I think the Antony side feel if Manchester United get another outgoing or possibly two, that Manchester United might be more open to doing another loan there, very possibly with an option to buy. Marcus Rashford and Barcelona situation remains. Manchester United want 40 million. And it's true that Barcelona have Rashford quite high in their thinking. It'll be interesting to see if Bayern enter the race as well. So both of these clubs wanted Nico Williams, but as I revealed, extended at Athletic Bilbao. Both of these clubs want Luis Diaz, but Liverpool quite bullish with each of them saying not for sale. And my understanding is that there hasn't even been a formal bid from Bayern because Liverpool are not allowing a formal bid or any kind of engagement. So if Bayern are sending things, then effectively it's straight in the trash bin from Liverpool at the moment, and only something astronomical is going to change that. So that leads both of the clubs to think, can Marcus Rashford be a solution? The good news for Barcelona is that Rashford is not like Nico Williams in wanting written or binding guarantees of registration. So there's kind of two aspects to this. The first is, can Barcelona afford Marcus Rashford in club to club with Manchester United? And given they were very public in saying we can trigger the Nico Williams release clause at 58 million euros, Manchester United, should they receive an approach, and they haven't yet in a formal sense, are, to my knowledge, going to be pointing to Nico Williams, even though it didn't come off, and saying you were ready to trigger the 58 million euros, so you've got to pay the 40 million pounds. Second part is, within their squad space, wage-wise, can they register Marcus Rashford? And that's the other complication. And Rashford, I'm told, is prepared to just wait, unlike Nico Williams, and have faith in Barcelona to get the registration part over the line, which requires clearing squad wage space. Then you've got to agree a deal with Manchester United. And I'm still told that they don't want to do a loan this early in the window. They're going to stick to their £40 million asking price. Maybe there's a halfway house of a loan with an obligation to buy to give Barcelona a better structure. But it's all really on whether Barcelona can make this deal financially work, because Marcus Rashford is prepared to wait for Barcelona. His number one choice is Barcelona, but it's not at the moment anyway, this early in the window, going to be a loan. And then with Garnacho, it's a case of no real concrete clubs are coming out the woodwork yet in any kind of club-to-club sense, which is a bit of a surprise. Manchester United's asking price remains around £60 million. Nothing is advancing yet, despite interest between Napoli and Garnacho. There's been some interest from Turkey and Saudi Arabia. Player prefers to stay in the Premier League. Now we're in the new financial year. Villa may be a club to watch as well. But that's the one Manchester United really want to get done sooner rather than later, because they know that £60 million or even £50 million, if the price does drop a little bit, is pure profit on the books. And that could allow Manchester United to really get moving in the market. Yeah, and that's just because it's so early in the window and every club is doing that. Brentford are being quite tough in negotiations for Brian and Mbeumo, but I understand why Manchester United fans in particular will be seeing how fast Tottenham have moved to bring in two important signings, Liverpool's business so far and so on, and feel like actually there's this period of limbo at the moment, because Manchester United, even in a new financial year, are waiting for exits and to get some certain wages off their books as well. And there's an element of truth in that, but I think the pursuit for the number 9, possibly a left back and a goalkeeper, were always going to come later. And the same can be said for a midfielder coming into Manchester United as well. And if you knock 10 million off Rashford, you show an urgency to sell. And that might mean that Betis say, knock 10 million off Antony and so on. And before you know it, you're very weakened in the market. So this is really about Jason Wilcox and Christopher Vivell in this new look strategy, being as disciplined as possible with both incomings and outgoings, so they get value for money. Otherwise, they'll get taxed when they want to bring in the Mbumos or Cunhas of this world, and they'll get fleeced when they want to sell the likes of Rashford or Antony, to the point where if you add up everything collectively at the end of the window, it won't reflect very positively on the books for Manchester United. They want to try and recoup as much of the Antony money as they can. Sancho's the most interesting one, because Manchester United really want that wage off the books, and it's not actually a high transfer fee. So I still think we'll get a breakthrough there soon. Garnacho will be a talent for somebody and is young profile-wise with a high ceiling. There's a lot of clubs looking for someone on that left side. So I can understand why Manchester United believe, as the window develops, and with many of the European windows only a few days open, more interest may come for Garnacho. But if he's holding out for a move to the Premier League, that price may still have to drop, because a Villa, for example, are going to be quite tight within their financial spend, even into this new year, because they don't have Champions League football. They don't want to be in a repeat position in 12 months' time, because there's not another women's team to sell to your parent company. So it'll be interesting to see how that one develops. I think most believe the Garnacho price may drop slightly from 60 million. But either way, Manchester United want to bring in one, if not two, important fees sooner rather than later, so they can really get moving and start to turn their attention to a new number 9. Well, I mean, there's always sticking points until there's a 100% deal, but sticking points don't mean behind the scenes things are not moving. And as you say, it's largely about, can Manchester United find a way to get between Cunha, 62.5 million, and 65 million in a way that pleases Brentford, and can they do it quick enough to the point where nobody comes in for Johan Wissa, which is the new complication. We know Nottingham Forest are looking at Wissa, Newcastle hold an interest as well. Tottenham have obviously now added Morgan Gibbs-White, so I think it unlikely that Wissa's another through the door. You can never say never because of the Thomas Frank connection, but naturally someone would probably have to leave Tottenham in order for them to now enter the race. And I think Brentford, with a new manager in Keith Andrews, who's never been a senior manager before, won't want to still lose Mbeumo and Wissa in the same window. So whether or not Wissa develops and whether or not Mbeumo gets over the line, those two tales could be somewhat intertwined. But Manchester United's position is the same. They don't want to be bidding every single day and getting to bid 4, bid 5, bid 6, and suddenly finding themselves 10, 15 million over what they originally bid or what they originally wanted to pay. And then the second thing is still Mbeumo is waiting for Manchester United. He only wants Manchester United. So there's not a rival there that makes Manchester United panic. The rival, like I say, may be others pushing fast for Wissa in the coming days that may force Manchester United's hand a little bit to get this one done with urgency. And if you have a scenario where, regardless of the final amount, because Manchester United fans always ask me, why don't we just pay the extra 5 million? Or if other deals are what Brentford want or in that ballpark, why are we not matching it? Because the market shows there's plenty of players at the moment that are going for 60, 65 million. If Noni Madueke is 52 million, Antony Elanga is 55 million, Morgan Gibbs-White is 60 million, why wouldn't Embumo, in amazing form last season, be above all of those fees? So I get that a lot. But there's also this factor here of, if Manchester United's first bid was 45 plus 10, if their last bid, let's just call Brentford's asking price 70, even though I think that's grandstanding, if their last bid is 65 plus 5, then they've gone up from 45 fixed to 65 fixed in that scenario in the space of 4 weeks. And that shows the market, even if people think the first bid was low and the last bid is value for money. And again, this is just an example, not saying that that is the case. But if you jump up that high in a month, then you send a message to the whole market throughout the window and future windows that you're the club that will always go up 20 million, regardless of if your first offer was a low ball and the last offer is actually perfectly fine and accepted by most to be value. So this is where the disciplined negotiation has to come in, because if they're still that club that first offer and third offer are miles apart, then every single club they deal with in future is just going to be like, we'll follow what Brentford did and we'll get 20 million more than whatever the first bid is. And this is why Jason Wilcox is taking his time to make sure that if Manchester United do get Mbeumo over the line and there remains optimism, they will do so by being disciplined.
So that's it more or less there. If you want to hear what my thoughts was on that, just go back on the video at the beginning. You understand? I can't break it all down. I just played that back for Man United. You know you're my dog. I have to do that for you. But if you want to watch that full video as well, everything he's talking about, go on. Make sure you go on the Football Terrace. That's who you spoke about it with. But yeah, I'll just summarize these up anyway, and I'll leave it there. Embumo, we're still waiting on what's going to happen. He's getting spoke about optimistic every single day. That's all they talk about. But I'm going off this report, which is McGrath, who broke the news yesterday that Onana got injured, and he basically put this in there and just said Mbeumo is expected to arrive at Man United this week before the squad goes on tour. Breakthrough negotiations expected in the coming days for the Brentford forward. So the fact that he broke the Onana deal, and now he said this, and then he broke this deal this morning about Garnacho has rejected Saudi Arabia, I'm feeling a bit optimistic of that. So we'll see. But he's saying a few days. So this week is the week. If we don't go on thing, we don't get Mbeumo this week, I don't know when we're going to get him. It's never going to happen, basically. Pre-season is literally in 5 days. That's Leeds. But we fly out on the 22nd of July to go to the US tour. So we need Mbeumo in within 9 days to fly out. If it doesn't happen, we're pissed. But we'll see what happens this week. Surely, even Fabrizio said earlier that next week is crucial for this deal. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, there's been, I told you about Mbeumo, Rashford. He had a Saudi. He's turned them down. It's crazy because I'm looking for Rashford news. I'm having to go to Barcelona's page now for what's going on with him. Man United fans are not even finding this. I'm having to go to them. But he's rejected a big money offer from Saudi. He wants to go to Barcelona. It's evident. He's already said it loads of times. So that's the situation with him. Lucky side, Rashford not goal. Do you like basketball? Garnacho moving like he's MJ, say. And then we got Richard Rios. You know, we're linked with him. I don't know how true this is. Fabrizio spoke about Roma last night. Fabrizio's one in the middle was last night. He said Roma's in for him. And then this morning, not even this morning, this afternoon at 1:31, Richard Rios, Roma put in a 22 million bid apparently, or offer. And where apparently we've made an offer. And that's the article there, basically breaking it down. Apparently we want to replace him with Casemiro. From what I know, Casemiro's staying. So I don't know how true this is. But like I said, take it with a pinch of salt. Let's wait for a better source, and then we'll know a bit more. Leverkusen are in for Antony. That's what's came out. That at Leverkusen won. Remember, the manager is Erik ten Hag. So clearly, he might want him back now. Finally, want to take him back. So we'll see what happens with that. And then we got Bayern there. He's probably one of the worst keepers we've got. His agent was talking about his future this week. So we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. But where did Richard Rios' story come? Ben Jacob didn't talk about it. This came from Gazzetta, which is Italian source, because obviously Rome is involved. So they're talking about it now. So Gazzetta is an Italian source. Do you understand? But go back on the video. As soon as I come off, go back on the video and you'll see in depth. I read out the whole thing out and you can proper check it out. I've got you, don't worry. So yeah, that's the situation with that. We had Bayern there. Hopefully he goes. But now that Onana's injured, it might be a bit spooky where he might stay. We don't know. Garnacho, or the only reason Fabrizio said this, which he's already said about 60 times, is because McGrath broke the news that Garnacho rejected a bid from Al Nassr at 8 o'clock in the morning today. So Fabrizio felt like he had to say something. I have to say something about it. And just came out and said, Garnacho plans to remain. But like, we already know this. McGrath literally says it in the article. He plans to remain in, but he just has to say something. So cool, that's him anyway. Oh shit, I missed the Freedom Fighter. Juventus are apparently offering a 15 million to try to sign him. I don't know why it's so cheap. Maybe it's because they're going to pay his salary all up front. I don't know. But apparently that's what's happening with the Freedom Fighter. He wants freedom. And then we got, obviously we got Nico Jackson links. I think this is bullshit. If you read the second article where it came from, it just says teams like Aston Villa, Man United, etc. That doesn't mean anything. Who's etc. So I don't even take this serious. Edison, we've been linked with him for ages. Fabrizio spoke about it. Rob Dawson, a lot of reliable people. So it might be certified. The pre-season dates, I basically told you like that already. 19th of July. My man's got to be gone by the 22nd. Boom. Mbeumo, McGrath said that we expect something this week. He should be here for pre-season. Breakthrough negotiation expected in the coming days. So we'll see, man. And Ben Jacobs basically just done what Fabrizio done yesterday. And McGrath broke the news, 1:57, and then he came out at 2 o'clock and just said whole load of nothing. just to feel like he's saying something. Look, Man United continue to work on Brian Mbeumo with the hope they can have him in for pre-season. The same thing that he's basically said, but he wants to just add on 2 pence to make it look like he's saying something. This is what they do sometimes. So yeah, that was more or less it. And this is Onana when he got injured. This is all McGrath. This is what I'm trying to tell you about McGrath. He broke this news about Onana. Then he spoke about Embumo, and then he broke the news today about Garnacho. So big up McGrath, and you don't need to watch out for him. So that's more or less it. Love to everyone that's been in the chat. I appreciate all of you lot. Love to everyone that's been inside. Overall, make sure you hit the like button on your way out. You don't need to hit it. If you ain't hit it, just hit it on your way out at least. Just press the button. Subscribe if you haven't. We do this every day. This is nothing new. I hope everyone enjoys their day. I hope PSG kick Chelsea's arse, mate. Literally. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes anyway. Love to everyone. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
Got some let's pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more